Are we
All
live?
right, yeah, we are live. Gentlemen's, welcome to the show. I'm here with a few of the red bearded bastards, and we're going to talk about The Witcher and whatever tickles our little fancies. We had, we had some technical difficulties getting off because I had to update my video drivers, and then OBS wanted to be squirrely. But here we are, late, but here. But here. How are you fellas doing tonight? What is everybody drinking?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing a little bit of 10-year bullet shipping on that.
You kind of cut out there for a second. Can you say that one more time?
Can I say? You better believe I can say it one more time. So I've got a little bit of 10-year bullet bourbon.
All right, cool. What you got?
Did you get that down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 10-year blip blurbin is what I heard.
I heard temper ballet.
Temperable for. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm gonna go. No,
All
it's
right.
bullet bourbon.
Oh,
Delicious.
okay. All right. So I've got myself a bottle of Lucky Buddha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
this comes straight from the country of Ireland, I believe.
Oh yes, with a heavy Buddhist population
Yeah.
there.
They're
Absolutely.
peaceful people.
Beautiful people. I'm uh I'm drinking some Sam Adams 76.
Sammy Adam.
I like it. Good choice.
It's like it's a middle class beer. You know, it's like the Budweiser if you're like in the middle class. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get
That's
that.
nothing too fancy, but
It's like the one thing Sam Adams decided one day. They're like, you know what? We're finally gonna come down and put something in a can. I imagine though it's like half the workers were all kind of like, mad about it. Probably like
yeah,
thought it was a step down.
absolutely. So we got our drinking going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. So The
Sweet.
Witcher.
It's The Witcher.
You guys have all finished it, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I watched episode 8 just the other day. So all good, interesting. Didn't know what to expect going in. I hadn't played the games, but I was hearing really good reviews about it. So I was like, hell, I'll try it out.
Yeah, actually, I'd never played the games either, and I'd heard of them, but I had The Witcher 3 forever on my Steam. I just hadn't fucking played it, and I just started playing it yesterday.
It's the best game ever.
It is pretty good. It is pretty fucking good.
Sweet.
Troy loves it.
Mm,
Absolutely loves it.
nice.
But yeah, I mean, I liked the show.
Mhm.
It it was weird at first. Like it didn't like really start with
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it tries to start with a bang, but I felt like the sword fight at the end of the first episode was really like the highest point
Yeah,
of the.
I agree. It took me a little bit to get in that first episode, but like after that, I was pretty well.
Well, I think like right off the bat, the story's a little disjointed. Like
Mhm.
it it takes place at different times, and
Yeah,
it kind of feeds you the backstory over scattered episodes, and it made it hard for me in a way to kind of figure out what was happening when.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's,
I
it,
remember when I finally realized there was two different timelines going on. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's like Quentin Tarantino's next door neighbor directed it or something.
It's Tarantino without the foot fetish.
Yeah, yeah. What was it Tim posted chat. It said, he said, he said Jennifer was hotter with the hump. Don't at me.
Oh, I mean,
Jesus. Jesus.
Oh, that's funny.
So, what do you guys think about old Henry Cavill and his
I,
portrayal?
I like his depiction of The Witcher.
I do too, man.
I love the. It seems like he always gets in these situations and he's just so pissed about it because he's like, "Damn it, I knew this would happen."
Yeah.
Like with the what was it? The surprise,
Child surprise.
yeah, the child surprise thing
oh, the
with the crazy hedgehog knight dude. And so they're like, "No, we have to give you something." He's like, I'll do a surprise." And then right at that time, the princess like starts puking, like pregnant puking. He's like, "Shit."
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Hmm.
But I mean, I went and read up on how he did some interviews and talked about how he prepared for the role and all that, and he actually went and like read the books and did the video games, and he like talked to the voice actor who did the voice on the video games and everything. Like he went through a lot of preparation for it,
Hmm.
which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, but there's a lot of material
Yeah.
out there, I guess. You know what I mean? If you're trying to
Oh,
get into the role.
sure. I do like the fact that he's not doing really hardly any of the exposition or anything. You're more just kind of like he's just trying to make it through, and you're really getting a lot of the story just on.
You cutting out, man.
Yeah, probably my connection.
But yeah, I mean, it's the only episode where it felt a little weird to me was the one with the gold dragon.
Yeah, that was a little bit different from the norm.
It just felt. I mean, it just like it was like it reminded me of like an episode of Hercules with Kevin Sorbo.
Xena, warrior princess.
yeah,
You
those
know,
were the best, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, dude. What's that name? Fucking disappointed.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out in that episode roast everybody as they came into the cave. Like, why did he need the Witcher there?
What was it he said? It was like, I knew you were the only one who would understand, or something like that.
Yeah, because he kept talking about like one new experience or one more something like that.
It just felt weird to me. Like,
Hmm.
the old man walking around, like,
Yeah. Hmm.
he's supposed to be this
Well,
great explorer. Like, it was just weird. Like,
yeah, and I knew like I was getting these weird feelings about the way he was talking. Everything, and I started noticing his vamp and like how it was kind of scaly looking.
I was expecting the episode to go dark at any point. Like, I expected it to be like, yeah, come over here, Geralt of Rivia, and let me touch you, or something. You know? Like, I thought some weird shit's gonna happen.
I got some candy.
I thought he was gonna start killing people, or like people were gonna start randomly dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
there was some murders, but it was like.
Gaddafi's bodyguards, didn't he?
But I don't know, that was the only one that felt off. There was that. What was that one episode where he fights the what was it, the creature that was in the castle? They'd walk off
Oh
the castle.
yeah, the cursed daughter that they had.
Yeah, and it was like she was like a baby in the womb of the mother, and she grew out of a corpse. You know what I mean? That is some dark shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That is some
that'd
dark
be
ass
like-
shit. And then they're like, the gold dragons are the noblest dragons. You know what I mean? It was just a weird turn. Like,
You just hate dragons. You just fucking hate them.
dude, they bother me. I don't know why. They bother me.
I mean, I totally agree with you on the episode, but yeah, you get a bit of dragon hate going.
Dude, I just have problems with dragons. I don't know. But I did like the episode, though. I did like the
Mm-hmm.
I like the whole. Yeah, I'm wondering what's gonna happen next season because apparently I read that they're gonna the next season's plot is gonna be more straightforward, like more linear.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what's gonna happen.
Um, okay, and one question I had was in the episode that deals with the like the Witcher kind of pulls it out of the lake, and then like he thinks that was it Yasker, the bard?
Mm-hmm.
It was think he's being affected by it, but it really is all that stuff going on. So what the hell did he wish for on that
He
last
wished for him
wish?
to shut up or something like that.
Yeah, well that was the first one.
Yeah,
But like at the very end, when Yennefer's there and like she's trying to like whatever take the genie into her and like act as a vessel, like he has his last wish he's got to make, and he
I
makes it. But I'm like I never did like figure out what he actually wished for.
I thought it was either that he set the Jinn free,
Mm-hmm.
or he saved her life, or he wished for her to live, or something like that. That's what I kind of
Yeah.
got from it. That's what I thought would
Okay.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I'm with you on the first one. I thought it was the genie free.
Yeah, because she says something to him about it, right? Like, doesn't she get on to him about it? And he's like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, she's mad that he like was going on.
yeah, she's like, you set free. It's this, dangerous creature. And he was like, imagine being locked up for 1,000 years or whatever.
I love his voice.
Enormous power or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. She's all pissed about not being able to have a child.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm not really sure where all that's coming from. Like I'm sure they'll elaborate more on it next season. But it's kind of like, why is she so obsessed with having a kid?
That clock that gets all of them.
The old biological clock's ticking.
It's a grinding wheel. I thought it was because there's that scene where she's like at the core, and they. I almost wish they'd spent a little more time with her arc. You know what I mean? But like
Yes.
she was in the court of that king whenever she stormed back in the room and took the job she wanted. She goes and she's like frustrated with all the people there, and then the king sends the assassin to kill his wife and daughter because
Yeah. So that was a fun episode.
right, and then she has to bury the kid on the beach. Like that's where I thought that came from. That she was like
Okay. Yeah.
because she failed to save the child. You know what I mean? Maybe that because that hit her.
Yeah. Because there was a bit of a time skip been in that court for a while, right?
Yeah, isn't she like a lot older than Geralt or something?
Yeah, I want to say like she had been like after she had kind of whatever graduated or whatever from witch school. Had been doing that like for like 30 or 40 years, if I'm thinking right.
Wow. We should look
Because
at
she's kind of like disenchanted with it by the time you're watching the whole conversation.
We need a young Jamie. Young Jamie, look that up. How old is Yennefer? How old is Yennefer in the stories?
Mm-hmm.
See, now I'm wishing I
Yeah,
read the books
because
or something.
it's like, you got to think, what if those roles were reversed, and Geralt was a woman and, Yennefer was a boy. They'd probably be a lot more pissed off.
Yep, probably so.
Yeah. Geralt was like 600 years old. And she was like 30. Or no, 30. You'd have to make her like, dude, 17. Then you got Twilight. Then it's Twilight.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
you just gotta sell that to a younger audience. Creepy old man falls in love with a teenager.
Bratty teenager.
Yeah.
Bratty stepdaughter.
Find out they both actually had the same father.
Brady's stepdaughter falls in love with 600-year-old man, then gets stuck in the dryer. Oh no. Have you seen that video, being a stepbrother in 2019 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
That shit was so funny, dude.
I'm trying to think. I saw the. Did you see the musical?
Which
on that. It was oh god, it was one of the porn companies. I think it was Brazzer, but like they did like a musical number about being like the about the step sibling fad.
Oh, dude, I didn't see it, but I saw the
Oh, it's
headline on
hilarious.
Reddit. Like,
Yeah,
I
oh,
almost
it was
clicked on it.
funny.
I almost clicked on it, and then I'm like,
hmm Yeah, it's like this is a better musical than Cat.
oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. The headline said like, Brazzers releases musical better than Cats. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. What was it, dude? Me and Al went to it was like brunch with his
You go see
girlfriend.
Cat.
Dude, well, his girlfriend's buddy did,
hmm
right? They were talking about going to see Cats, and he said it was the fucking weirdest thing he'd ever seen. Like, he said like sometimes the cats were like people, and sometimes they were like cats, and like,
Mhm.
he said it was just
Yeah.
really weird, like serious and uncanny valley territory. You know?
Just from the previews, I was like, "What the hell is this shit?"
Dude, I mean, hasn't
Like,
Disney
how does the
just been doing
CGI
shit?
look that bad?
Did Disney release Cats? Was it Disney or Fox?
I'm not sure.
I
Because
don't know.
Disney owns Fox, dude. Disney owns everything.
It owns everything.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. Look that up, young Jamie.
That's right.
Who released Cats? But yeah, man, I don't know. That just seemed like I remember when that headline came out, and like everybody on the internet was like, "This is a bad idea."
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
you might have found like
Yeah.
one weirdo on a furry site that was like, "I can't wait for cats to come out." You know what I mean? And then everybody else.
There's so
was
many
like,
big names in it, like stars and people that have been on Broadway, like signed up for this crap.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Crazy.
hmm
I wonder if it's because I say this as someone who's 100% ignorant of Broadway. 100% ignorant of
Bullshit.
Broadway. Well, besides all the tights I have in my closet. But I mean, Cats has to be either amazing on Broadway or one of those things that's so
No.
terrible everybody's got to go see it one time. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
it's been running forever.
Yeah.
It's
No,
become.
I saw it before, like the Broadway, or whatever.
Sound like a trauma victim.
And but, everyone was hyping this shit up, right? Like, this
I
is
saw
like the best musical, the best production, like the whole thing. Like it's won so many awards, and went to see it like this sucks. like
Can you summarize
yeah,
the
like it
plot
was
of Cats?
terrible.
Like, what was?
Like it's a bunch of anthropomorphic cat, and like you can't follow the story or what's going on. There's one guy who's twirling for like 2 minutes straight, and like what is the big deal about this musical? Like I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
It's gotta be weird. I asked that dude. I was like, so you said they're like sometimes cats and sometimes human. He was like, yeah. I was like, at any time, ever, were there 6 boobies at a time on screen? I was like, I don't think so. No. I was like, that's a bold move. That's a bold step they should have taken. Yeah. At least then they'd have that headline,
If you're gonna go all the way, man.
Like there'd be like people mad about it. Christian groups would be rioting. Like the final we have today 16 women on screen. All these degenerates in cat suits and blah 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 blah, and then you'd have some other crazed group pissed off about it. The lesbians against Trump or something would be mad about it too.
Furries against censorship.
But they couldn't even do that.
Nope.
Couldn't even do that. Now it's
Didn't
just
have the balls.
a weird ass movie. Did you guys see the live action Lion King?
Nope. I hadn't seen that one yet.
What'd you think about it? You saw it? What'd you think about it?
Oh, I'll see it.
Kind of weird for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really
I'll
like
see
it. I mean, it was just kind of weird.
Did they have Will Smith in The Lion King or Aladdin?
Aladdin.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one
Yeah,
pissed me off.
that was unnecessary as fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I just kind of feel
who the
like
hell was asking for a live action?
nobody.
See, here's where they fucked up.
Mm.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly how they fucked up. Okay, it's not the casting of Will Smith. It's them casting Will Smith and then trying to play the genie exactly like Robin Williams did.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what they did, and it's weird.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah,
not the same.
It's two different actors, two totally different comedy styles.
Yes, completely different. If they would have like put a Will Smith spin on it, like it probably would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
dude,
Huh.
you're saying that,
All
but I'm picturing like Will Smith, like doing like the Men in Black dance. You know what I mean? Or getting jiggy with it, like when he comes out or something. You know?
I'm telling you, it would have been better. Like
It would-
watch it, and you'll be like, "This is so fucking weird." Like it just didn't feel right.
But I just feel like Robin had just died, right? Like he just died not too long ago. It feels like,
Mhm.
and you're gonna read like it just seems like something that doesn't like. Sometimes you can just appreciate something for what it is, what it was.
Yeah.
Animation is timeless, man. Like you know.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we were growing up, dude, we were watching Fantasia on VHS tapes, and that shit was done in what, like the 60s or 70s or something. Like that
It was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, and look, I don't know. I feel like there are things to appreciate about like older movies. You know what I mean? Like we can look back on '80s action flicks and kind of laugh at them, but
Mhm.
there are like things to appreciate about them. You know what I mean? Like you can appreciate anything in its form. You know. I just feel like
Absolutely.
remaking it as this live action thing, like
Just in case you're curious, November 3rd, 1940.
1940.
1940.
Damn.
Yeah.
And we were watching that what, like 19 in the late 1980s, early
Mhm.
1990s, like,
Yeah.
and it was good. I liked Fantasia, man.
Absolutely. Especially the huge, like the Night on Bald Mountain.
Yes.
Like back
That
when
was
Disney wasn't afraid to go dark.
They play in the Hall of the Mountain King.
Hell
dude,
yeah.
that affected me so much that I had to learn. I had to learn that on guitar when I was learning guitar.
Hell yeah.
I had to learn that song.
Open you up to good classical music.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought, I loved that. They should really, I don't know. Disney's a smart, like, if you think about it as a business machine, which is really what it is. I mean, they figured out, because Disney movies have been a staple for kids forever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They figured out how to do that
Absolutely.
with adults. They bought Marvel, and now they've got Disney movies for adults, forever. They've got like 80 Marvel movies planned,
Yep.
And so then they bought up Star Wars, and Star Wars was troublesome for them, But
Although, gotta say, Mandalorian and played Jedi Fallen Order. Really enjoyed that too.
I've been wanting to play Fallen Order. I heard it's really good.
It's very good. Like, I played the hell out of it. Already beat it.
You know,
Wow.
I mean, all their Star Wars stuff hasn't been bad. Like I liked Rogue One a lot.
Oh yeah, Road One was really good.
I loved Rogue One. That's how all of them should have been made.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
I mean, I thought they were able to like pay homage to the classic, but not make it look hokey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the only thing I didn't like about it was that weird like thousand dicked alien that was like trying
Oh,
to suck
yeah.
the truth out of
It's
that
like
dude's
reading his
brain or whatever.
mind.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like some weird blob with like 20 dicks hanging off. They push it up in a wheelchair.
Dan's having hentai flashbacks over here.
Yeah, it's like, and then he just rubs his face and somehow he's like,
Just rubs it all over his face. Oh,
it was some weird shit. I remember when that came on
100
screen,
dicks
I
right
was
in the
like,
face. It was crazy.
dude, it was like a slap in my face. I was like,
It's like a dick slap in the
what is
face.
that thing? Yeah. I just thought it was so weird. But other than that, I thought it was
That's
great.
right.
All the characters were cool in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. I agree. Love that. Cool fight scenes and battle stuff going on. Darth Vader scene at the end. Ooh,
Yeah, dude, they made Vader look scary. Like,
hell
That
yeah.
shit was awesome, man.
Yes, it
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll just pull that clip up and watch. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, because Vader's just like a juggernaut. He's just coming. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They can't get away from
Yeah,
him.
that's what like it was very horror because it was like, yeah, it was just unstoppable. Like it doesn't matter shooting at you. Like it just doesn't matter. Like
Yeah,
he's coming to kill you.
yeah,
Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
yeah.
Mhm.
I,
Oh
I,
yeah.
I love the way it ended too, man. Like,
Hmm.
it was. I really enjoyed that ending.
Yep.
Yep.
And I was super impressed with the way that they did uh, Tarkin. He was the governor in that movie, but with the CGI, like
Oh,
that didn't bother me at all. Like that was really well. Like I wasn't seeing like weird like shading on them or like it wasn't distracting to me.
yeah, dude. See, you know, I I did enjoy that, but it kind of gives me the creeps a little bit. Like,
Oh
just
yeah.
you know what I mean? I like,
There's something about it that seems off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
didn't
yeah.
they do
Yeah.
that to Carrie Fisher in this last one? I haven't even seen the last Star
Oh
Wars
no, it
movie.
was it actually in Rogue One at the very last scene they did CGI of her younger. Now that one did that one was a little like some better eyes.
Right.
Uh,
I
but what you're
just,
talking about, kind of that uncanny valley, something's wrong with it.
yeah, I kind of feel like it's gonna be one of those things that, you know, I mean, that's kind of under the radar right now. People are talking about it a little bit, but dude, like, it just gives me the creeps, like, in the
Mm-hmm.
future. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
just a little
You
bit.
pulling every dead celebrity up.
Hmm. Dude, wasn't there some? There was a court case in the
Mm.
last year or two about somebody wanting to digitally remake somebody's face for some purpose, and the family was outraged and sued them or something like that to keep them from doing it. Like,
Oh, I hadn't heard of it. Like, I
dude,
know that. Oh crap, who is it? Is it Rob Halford? That's got that like that hologram tour going on.
Rob Halford.
Yeah.
You have to refresh my memory about Rob Halford.
Oh, shit. I've been drinking. Give me a second.
Speaking of which, might as well raise them up. Raise them up, gentlemen.
That's right.
It's time to
Judas
crack a new
Priest.
one, anyways. Judas
God
Priest.
bless.
I
God
don't know
bless.
why the hell I couldn't think of that. Yeah, Judas Priest, lead singer. But like they've got tours of him, like he's not actually there, but it's just like his hologram like performing.
Oh, dude, that's weird.
It was cool. Like it really reminded me of oh shit, not Love, Death, and Robots, Black Mirror episode, the
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus one.
That was actually really good.
Hmm. I was shocked when I heard she was in. I was like, oh man, stupid. But yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good episode.
I still don't like Miley Cyrus, but
You know.
there was never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, that was an interesting season though, because you had a Miley Cyrus episode and the Striking Vipers.
Dude, I had a
It
really cool
was
idea
wild.
for a short story just
Mm-hmm.
earlier. Like, imagine Passengers, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like, imagine you're on a ship like Passengers, like some sort of arc ship going like thousands of light years away, and you're in cryosleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get to your space colony, or whatever, and you're setting up, and it's like a Pioneer Days sort of vibe. But you keep having these weird fucking dreams of like some figure standing over you, or something like that, or some weird,
Mm-hmm.
just weird, dark fucking dreams, blood and craziness, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
then, you know what I mean? Everybody starts having these dreams, and then, somehow or another you end up going and checking in the security footage, and there's like some weird aliens boarded the ship while you were in cryosleep, you know what I mean?
That's wild.
And you'd have to discover like what happened. That would be a cool story.
Huh.
Sounds
Kind of
like
passengers like combined with Pandora.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds like what's the one fuck Event Horizon? It
Oh
sounds like
yeah.
Horizon.
No, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Event Horizon was the ship left and came
I know
back
it's
and they
on a
had to go.
ship,
Yeah.
but like it seems like the same idea. Like where everyone like little things start happening. People are seeing things or like
No,
dreaming.
dreaming. Yeah, but the thing would be that like they woke people up and then put them back under. You know what I mean? And so all their memories are coming back in dream form. So everybody starts having these similar dreams. You know what I mean?
Don't like that.
You just made him uncomfortable.
Dude, what was that one movie? God, what was that one fucking movie that it's the UFO one that they did where they did like the
yeah.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. Yep.
Is
Yeah,
that it?
that's it.
Where the guy gets abducted and the needle.
Where you
goes
like
down to
see
his
the
eyeball.
needle coming in. Yeah, it is. Like they wrap his face with that cling wrap shit. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, dude, I remember that movie. Remember back then, dude, UFOs were such a thing that everybody was like, it was like a hotly debated topic amongst people, dude. And I remember when Fire in the Sky came out, we were all watching it. Like,
Had like X-Files going on during that time.
yeah.
Dude, what was that? There's a fucking newer movie. It was one they shot with like home video and like a production type of deal. The one that was in it was in like Fairbanks or somewhere in Alaska. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh no, I'm not sure about that one.
I know where they're conducting the interviews.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, dude, like I can't remember the name of
'Cause
that, but
what they would do, Jason, is like, you know, they're playing like the movie, you know, they'd like cut it to a split screen, so they're playing the movie, right? And then they have this home video on the other side, and you know they're matched up, and so like it's the fucking scariest shit, man. Like that shit scared me so much.
yeah. Dude, that was
I'm not like scared it's gonna happen. It's just like now I have to fucking, you know, go sleep in a dark room by myself. You know?
I think
And I don't know if they're in there. I mean, I'm not scared, you know.
Yeah. But tonight you're gonna think about it, like when you go back to your room out there in Sierra Vista, man, in Arizona, when the sky is like really big.
Who brought up UFOs?
that would be damn.
Yeah, dude. Like, I had a night terror once that was very specific, right? And it was remember that room I had, like back, and there was like sliding doors, like in front at the foot of my bed, and then the door into the room was to the left, and I had like a blanket over those sliding doors, you know. And for a while, I had like a black light in there, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, well, one night, dude, I don't know if I got stoned or something. I can't remember, but I laid down with that black light on and I fell asleep. And dude, I had a night terror, and like there were aliens standing over my bed. Dude. And this was at like 6:30 in the middle of summer, so it was still light outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I popped up out of bed. I'm like, you know, you have that heart beating thing, dude. Threw all the fucking curtains open, and I'm like, you know.
You were masturbating? Or?
Yeah, exactly.
Woke up all sweaty.
Dude, I just went out and dipped to the window and let fly. But no.
Oh, and
Alan,
Alan, the fourth kind.
Yes.
There it
Yes.
is, yeah.
Ooh.
That
Don't
shit
like
was
that.
creepy.
Do not like it. Dude, it's UFOs and fucking Bigfoot. That's our generation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're fucking scared of.
Dude, it's funny when you say Bigfoot.
Fucking
Because,
Bigfoot.
dude, you remember when we were kids and Unsolved Mysteries would come on?
Yes, that's
And
why.
right? Like, they had that one episode where the guy looks out his window and he sees the daddy Bigfoot and the kid Bigfoot.
And we saw that big fucking window right there. I hated that.
We lived out in the woods too, man, and like, and they had that stupid little drawing of the dad Bigfoot and the kid Bigfoot. They had like an artist rendering.
Back then, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it
Scary
was
as hell.
like. Now it's like a fucking color pencil drawing, dude.
Yeah. But I remember, dude. I remember peeking out that window, just expecting to see the big feet. Would you call them big feet, or would they be like
Foots.
Bigfoots?
Bigfoots, or would there be like a different word for a pack of big feet? Big feet.
Is it a patch?
Sasquatches.
Is there a pride? What is
Would
it?
it be like
Gaggle?
I was about to say a gaggle.
What? Big feet.
Would it be something cool like a murder? Like, would it be like a yeah? I
A
don't know.
wandering of Bigfoots.
If anybody can figure that out, comment on the Facebook post and leave
Yes.
what you call it. What do you call a group of
What's it?
A
big
clompering.
clumpering? There you go. There you go. I
A
like that.
shambling.
Or a shamble. A shamble would have to be a certain number though. You know.
Yeah.
I think clompering, not to be confused with cloppering.
That's right.
That's a different thing. That's with pony boys or bronies.
Ah.
No, you gotta tell me what that is.
Oh, you don't know what brownies are?
I mean, I know what bronies are, but I want to know
Okay.
what a cloppering is. It sounds like
Oh, so
some
the
weird
the
fetish.
subreddit for bronies is r clop clop CLOP
Yeah.
CLOP. It's the funniest shit.
Dude, I gotta check that out.
Holy shit.
Yeah, r clop clop.
I got, dude, Reddit is the wonderland of the internet.
It really is.
Yeah.
There's little societies of people for everything.
What is the darkest subreddit to which you subscribe?
Mm. Used to be watch people die before that
That's
Yeah, I used to have
taken
that one.
off. Yeah.
I used to have that one too.
Yeah. I think. Let me think. I
mine
don't
is
know.
black to Latinas.
When Dan said dark,
Oh Jesus! Y'all need some Jesus. Oh shit!
yeah, some of them are pretty intense.
That is
I
pretty
think one it's what is it, degloving or degloved?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is
that
that
was
like
pretty.
fucking?
Yeah.
We
that's
used
such
to,
a gross like term.
dude,
You know,
we had to learn
Yeah.
about it when I was in the.
you could feel it. You know.
Yep. Oh yeah.
There was like
Ugh.
when I was in a helicopter school with the army. There's a thing called FOD on flight lines. You know, it's like foreign object damage. It's like if you're working on an airplane, you got a ring on or something, you drop it, or something drops out of your pockets. Like every time you go up on aircraft and down, you got to take all shit out of your pockets and shit like that. You know, and they would always have pictures like that of people's fingers just fucking.
Oh yeah.
It would say take off your
It's
ring.
ripped to the skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like all these dire warnings.
Yeah.
You know. Kind of like
Yeah,
over in
it's
Europe where they
pretty- it's pretty
post
rough.
like people with mouth cancer on like the cigarette packs and shit. It was kind of the same thing.
Yeah, they were really direct. I can remember being over and seeing the packs of cigarettes and like plastered all over it. It's pretty much like this is gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's like they don't mess around.
Right back.
Still thing.
In Germany, it was like half the pack would be like just the warning, you know.
Yeah.
And in Mexico, they post like, yeah, they post like pictures of like, dude. I remember the old lady had one was like a topless picture of a woman with breast cancer, and it was one titty and then a scar, and you know, and it had in Spanish, you know, smoking causes cancer. And I remember asking her, I was like, did smoking cause breast cancer though? Like, is that a known breast cancer thing? You know?
Is there a connection there?
Yeah. But
Well, the connection is smoking's the devil.
it is the devil. It is that.
The devil.
It is the devil. But
The devil gets
So, real quick to circle back around to original. Gotta say, one of my disappointments with was like the big like mage battle
yeah,
that went on. Like I was really underwhelmed with that.
I think
I'm like, you got these people who like can manipulate space and time, like and they
well, I wonder like see that's one of those things where when it was going on, I wondered how it was done in the books. You know? Because like yeah, and on the games too, like I you know, all I know on the game is he can cast those like signs, you know?
yeah.
And then he has so much stamina for it or whatever. But in the show they talked about you're chaos and you have to be a balance between chaos and all this shit. And then it was just kind of like we're just gonna kind of do whatever we want, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
We're gonna make a bunch of like crystal bombs.
yeah, and like in my books, my magic system is kind of like semi-soft in the same way where I can kind of make it do a lot of different things. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
gotta kind of carefully think through what you're gonna do and how you're gonna have people face off, and you know what I mean. So I wonder,
Oh
like,
yeah.
What they failed to capture there is in the game, a huge part of it is if you're not prepared for this monster, as in like there's this oil that you have to brew to
right,
put on your sword, that they're vulnerable to. If you don't do that, then this monster is going to fuck you up. Like that's a huge part of the story of being a Witcher is all the preparation that they do.
I just started playing the game, and I was thinking about doing like a Witcher Wednesday where I like would play like an hour or two of Witcher at night on stream, and
Yeah.
it's fucking. I've only got to the first town because I played it to figure, I'm gonna try this out before I just decide to stream it, just make sure I like it. It's a good ass game,
Definitely.
but I got to that point of the
Good
Griffin,
thing when
you
that
gotta
Griffin
find the
probably
root
flew
and
out.
stuff. Yeah, dude, that shit was like holy shit when it came in the first time. But what got me was the Noon Wraith because I couldn't figure out how to use the Erden sign, and I just kept throwing it down, and then she wouldn't walk into it, and I don't know, I was being really stupid about it, but I finally figured it out right before we jumped on here. It's funny though, Troy loves it, dude. He'll sit here and we'll trade the controller back and forth, and when I'm playing, he'll be like jumping up and down in front of the TV,
No.
screaming at it.
Much like us back in the day.
Oh, dude, remember playing Duck Hunt?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like somebody would imitate the dog.
Yeah. Laughing bastard.
That dog knew how to piss you off, man.
Oh yeah.
It was quite the little digital shithead, that's for sure. Dude, what was the hardest game for Nintendo?
Ooh. Regular Nintendo?
Yeah, like the original, the one where you had to like sometimes you had to pull the cartridge out and blow on it,
Yeah.
and then
Oh
you would
yeah.
like stuff another
Oh yeah.
game on top.
I'm trying to think. Metroid took me long.
Oh, I'll show you guys this.
Oh.
What Colin got me for Christmas. It's like an Armored Core model.
Oh, that's cool.
Full size like model. Like it came from Japan. They sent it with 5 yen coin.
Sweet.
Wow. Dude, you should.
Nothing but small pieces. It comes with a tool set that has like fucking scalpels and files and.
No,
Now that is fucked up. Wow.
You should record yourself building that thing. You should record it.
Like 58 times.
Yeah, you're gonna have like 25% of the video is gonna be you filing on something.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Dude, next thing you know, you're gonna be like learning Japanese, ordering body pillows, fucking dyeing your hair green.
That's right. Walking around a kimono all the time.
I have like a camera slung around my neck all the time.
But
Peace signs.
Peace.
did you ever beat the Wild Hunt?
I don't think I. Well, yeah. I beat Wild Hunt. I didn't beat Blood and Wine, the expansion.
Whatever version of the game I got has both of the expansions in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. CD Projekt Red, which is the same company that does Cyberpunk, they gave them out free. Like you don't pay for anything extra. You buy the game. That's why.
Awesome.
That's one of the reasons why they're so loved. Is because they put out a finished product.
Yeah, I was about to say put out whole games. You mean like?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they still do that? Like, seems like every other game that comes out these days is just half finished. You know. We're gonna let you play it and figure out what's wrong with it, and then we're gonna charge you for us to fix it.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well, then we'll have modders take.
Dude, like, there's a lot of the little weird indie games out there that are fun though. You know?
So, I was watching Coke Carnage play uh, KOTOR 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching some of his Let's Play, and apparently there are mods out that fix a lot of issues that was in KOTOR 2, like with the story. Like there were a lot of things that just dead ended. They didn't really resolve because I guess back when it was made, the you know the deadline hit and they had to push it out. And it never got you know.
So they finished the
Yeah.
stories out.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would totally. You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and play that then.
Hmm.
Cause that was, dude, that had to be one of my favorite games ever made. Was Knights of the Old
Mm-hmm.
Republic, dude. And you know, what, dude, when the Old Republic came out, the MMO, the Star Wars MMO, dude,
Hmm.
I was like right there, dude. We started. Me and you played it early,
Oh, dude, if they put out a SWOTOR classic,
Mm-hmm.
dude. I've been
I'd be
right
down
there.
with that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
just the version that's out now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just changed too much. I don't like it.
Well, it's really been, it's been shitty for the past few years. You know, like I remember. I think it got shitty. Like remember there were like two expansions that came out. There was Rise of the Hutt Cartel,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that it was fucking. I can't remember what it was called, but they had another expansion, and that was the one like Rise of the Hutt Cartel. They made everything really fucking easy, and then on the next one, they made it to where you could change your companion type between
Yeah.
like heal and tank and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, well, then what's the point of playing any of the different classes because
Yeah.
they're all going to give you the same experience. You can just have your companion play off you and you walk through the fucking game. You know?
That's what confused me. Yeah, because every companion you took with you.
Yeah. See, originally it
Yes,
was
I did.
like you had like that was part of like the nerfing system for the different classes because like a Sith Marauder was really strong, like DPS class,
Mm-hmm.
but you also started with a DPS companion. So you had no
Yeah.
heals or anything. You had to figure out a way to kill all your enemies like really fast. You know what I mean? Like that was part of playing the class. And then if you played a Juggernaut, you know what I mean, you had to figure out a way to be a Juggernaut and have a DPS companion. And then you didn't get like a healing companion until like your third or fourth companion, and that was when you were level like whatever 30, 40. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a fun game back in the day, but they just
Yeah.
made it
Yeah.
they made it so easy to play that you know why even give a shit.
Yeah. So I really liked Henry Cavill's portrayal of Geralt.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I like Henry Cavill in general.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like there
Yeah.
there are like a few actors I like. He's one of them. I'm waiting on it. Go ahead. Like I see it on your face. I see it brewing. Like I was just waiting. I was waiting.
What's he done to you?
I
I was gonna say
I saw you pause there. I was like,
there is a filter, like stops, and I decide not to move forward with what I was gonna say. From now on, I'm gonna need you to refer to him as Cal L.
you know. All right. Kal-El.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever says that to people. Dude, if I was him, I'd be saying that to people all the time. Like, I'm gonna need you to call me Kal-El.
I did like the Yasker character. I thought he was a lot of fun.
Dude, I can't stop with that fucking song.
Mm-hmm. It's catchy.
Just catch it.
And when I first heard it, I was kind of turned off by it, but it just sticks in your head the more you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people have put covers of themselves like playing it on YouTube. They're like heavy metal
Oh, yeah.
covers of it. It was
It was crazy. The first reviews that came out for the series said it was terrible.
right? I
Really?
remember that. I was like, because I happened to read one of those reviews before I watched the show,
Mm.
And I remember thinking like, oh, dude, that sucks because I was so looking forward to it. But then I watched the show. And the show was I liked the show.
Mm.
You know, even with the sort of disjointed storytelling, I still liked it. I thought it was really well done. I think they could have like, I mean, I don't know why the Nilfgaardians looked so weird. Like,
Mm.
like didn't they just kind of looked like what kind of armor were they wearing? Like,
Yeah. Not the most tactically sound stuff going.
could have just put them in regular armor.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I
But it had
get
to be
like,
black, so you know that they were evil.
yeah, could have gave them like black cloaks or something. I don't know. Like, I just thought their armor looked weird. But other than that, that's got to be like my only visual complaint about the story, like, or the show. I mean, everything else I thought was really, really pretty fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I like the way the magic looked.
Hmm.
You don't?
Oh.
Here's
Oh.
here's the one thing I got my one thing wrong with The Witcher. Okay, and anyone who's played the video games will agree. We got a bootleg Trish. Okay,
I mean, I haven't even gotten that far in the games yet.
in the games, she is such a fucking hottie. Redhead. Like, oh my god, Trish over Yennefer all day,
Oh,
Really?
all day.
you
Yeah,
got the dollar store
the one,
trick going
the
on there.
one that they casted.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
be careful, because I'll be on hashtag Team Yennefer all day long.
Well, she is crazier, so
Mm.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
just,
that's true. That is true.
I guess that's kind of my thing, isn't
Yeah, just a bit.
it? But I mean, she was kind of like barely in the show though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there wasn't much to her character at all.
yeah, she was like you know, in the episode with the castle, because she was the king's court magician, right, or whatever. And
Mm.
turns out
Yeah.
he was banging his sister or whatever he was doing.
Uh
Right? Like, why? Like, dude, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You can't be nobody's stepbrother. These.
That's right.
I mean, I blame George R. R. Martin. He did all of that.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's his weird fantasy, and now everyone's okay with it.
Damn you, Martin, and your incest.
Yeah.
The thing about Game of Thrones is that, you know, Jamie and Cersei aren't the only ones. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
half the people are just like keeping it in the family.
Yeah. Well, common in actual real life royalty back in the day.
Dude, like I've read some shit about like cultures on this planet. Dude, there is a culture on this planet where like the father will bang the daughter first.
Mm.
That's like his cultural right. It's like his right in this specific culture. Like,
My royal right.
it's weird, man. It's weird. There's some weird shit going on out there. But yeah, I remember reading that and just, imagine that being your, like, if you could put yourself into a culture like that. Imagine that being the norm, right? That is some weird shit. Like, that's got to twist your whole society, right? That's weird.
That is weird, man.
But if you think about like in the old days, like say even before, like let's say like the 700 to the 900s, right? Like post like collapse of the Roman Empire, but pre rise of like back when Christendom was still like a bunch of scattered kingdoms barely talking to each other, and the Vikings were attacking everybody. You know
Yep.
what I mean, dude?
I'm with
Like, I bet like those were those were some dark times,
you. Damn.
Those were
What
some
was
dark
the
times.
Dark Ages?
There was some, there were some people back then who wouldn't even give their kids a name until they were 5 years old.
Mm.
So many of them died before they were five, and they would make deals to trade kids off. They would trade their children off for like, resources and things like that. There's I listened to an episode of like Hardcore History where Dan Carlin was talking about like the treatment of children throughout history, and he talks about these letters that like minor nobility and different rulers would write to each other, talking about their demands and things like that, and said, "Send me 5 children, and send me this many of your, not your first through third born, but if you have a fourth child, send me your fourth child." You know what I mean? For this or that
Send me
purpose.
your second string.
Yeah, and it's like what he was saying is that that we're kind of like mankind. That our society is a lot like if you think about evolution. Like the environment is the riverbank and the gene pool is the river itself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That sort of metaphor. It's the same way with society. That our hardships every day. You know what I mean? Hammer our societies into what they are, and maybe the way things were back then is a direct reflection of the technology level and the ability we had to basically heal each other and have everyday creature comforts. It's like the hierarchy of needs. And if you're
Mm.
further down on the list, you know what I mean? Like maybe I'm not gonna say that you love your kids less, but people back then just viewed the idea of parenthood as something completely alien to the way we'd imagine it now. You know?
You lost me about 15 minutes ago, Chief.
How did we get on that subject?
Yeah. That was deep, man. That was deep.
It's probably the weed, man. It's just the weed.
That's all right, man. A little tangent, but it's all good.
We were talking about The Witcher.
Which,
Yes.
Mhm. So, what do they need? Oh shit, I can't think of her name now. Is it Siri?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, what are they looking for? How are they going to use her?
Well, in the games, she's in the games, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if. Well, I mean, if you ain't played the games,
So,
we're gonna spoil the
I,
shit out of it right now. So just
yeah, I'm going to totally misspeak. I'm just going to do it.
yeah.
Um, she's like some kind of like special, obviously, she's some kind of special, but she can actually time warp, right? She can like
Uh,
go forward and backward in time and like in small amounts and
mhm.
even go into different dimensions,
Hmm.
right? There's one part of The Witcher where you're talking to her about a dream she had, and she talks about like waking up in this place with with metal towers rising all around her. She basically describes cyberpunk like it's really cool.
Really?
So
There's a
like there's like
connection there.
there's a connection. They're sort of
Mhm.
in the same universe. And
Huh.
Siri can actually move in between. So I'm
That's
low
cool.
key hoping there'll be some sort of mention of Siri in cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk comes
Mhm.
out what in August of this year now?
Yeah, it's like September, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they pushed it back recently.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd rather have a finished game than have something
Yeah.
turned out.
Be honest with me,
absolutely.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
Yep.
not ready.
yeah. I mean,
Go
and
with it.
that's I look at video games are like an interactive work of art. You know what I mean?
September 17th.
September
Mm.
17th. Nice. I feel
That
like
was fun.
the
That was
really
from
memorable ones
Bo-
are
Boodle Gmitch.
But
Boodle G Mitch.
Boodle
I don't
G
know.
Mitch.
I think that's bootleg matched there.
Bootleg?
Yeah.
Bootleg
Ah!
Mitch.
Yeah. You try to go too fancy with it.
Dude, have you seen r/bone
That brings
apple
me to my
tea?
next point. Kids, don't smoke crack.
Boodle G Mitch. Oh, dude. I'm gonna name a character Boodle G Mitch in one of my stories one day. That's gonna stick in my head.
I just can't read.
Yeah, yeah. It's all right.
Well,
Oh man, what are we talking about?
Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, the connection of cyber.
Have you guys seen all the the little demos they've done at like E3?
I think I only saw the first one.
Oh man, you got to see like I think one of the latest ones do like a different type of character. They do like a more I can't remember the class, but it's like a technician specialist class. Like you can like remote in and like hack people
Mm-hmm.
or and hack whatever like if they have like cybernetic arm or something like that.
Oh yeah,
You can. It's super cool.
nice.
But it goes through a
Should
lot
check
of
that
fun.
out.
Yeah.
That's gonna be such a badass game, dude.
Hell yeah. I've been waiting for that for a long time.
I'm gonna have to write a bunch of books between now and then because I imagine that's gonna suck up a little time when it comes out.
Yeah. Get ahead of the game there, man.
Yeah. If you could name your top three games over the last few years,
Oh shit.
what would you name?
You want me to go?
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Go.
Okay. In not in order, but top three. Witcher 3,
Mm,
uh, Fallout New Vegas,
mm.
and fucking I gotta go with Mountain Blade Warband.
I figured you were gonna say.
Nice.
I didn't know if you were gonna say Warband or Skyrim. I wasn't
Mhm.
sure.
But I did play a lot of Skyrim, but
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it in so long. But Mountain Blade, like I've put in like hundreds of hours. You know.
What about you, Jason?
The problem is I haven't played a whole lot of stuff. Like, I definitely agree with Fallout. It's still probably my favorite Fallout.
New Vegas.
The later ones. Um, Jedi Fallen Order definitely been playing the hell out of that. Trying to think of anything else I played lately. I guess next. I guess for right now is just because it's still fresh right now.
Jeez.
The Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
Dude. Good one. I gotta try Outer Worlds. I gotta try that.
That would probably been my number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Man,
for me,
I'm just digging it because it's got the multiple and they put back in kind of like how New Vegas was
Yeah.
to where like depending on like what your traits are, like if you had something really high like perception or intelligence, you get different dialogue options.
Yeah.
it is really cool. I like a game where like the story is really well thought out.
Mm.
You know.
I think it's cool so far. I'm not super deep into the game, but I just like a shit ton of side stuff you can do, but almost all of it's completely like if you like to spend extra time doing that, get more experience, you can. But you don't have to screw around with it if you don't want to.
I watched a speed run of the Outer Worlds.
Mhm.
This guy beat it in 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Yes.
How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Oh yeah, that's the yeah.
Is that it?
Bootleg said, "Did you see the video where the Outer Worlds producers were watching?" That's the one I saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. They're like watching. They couldn't believe it. He beats
So
it.
are they using some kind of glitch?
No. He
Uh,
just fucking goes. Like
you know,
he goes. He doesn't like waste any time. Knows all the shortcuts. Like jumping over things just to save a second. Like it's crazy.
Wow.
yeah,
Dude.
that is crazy.
People are wild. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I saw this one TED talk where they were talking about it's like a girl talking about video games and their societal effects. And one thing she mentioned was this: they were trying to figure out some sort of like protease, it was like a 3D map for a protein. They were trying to map this protein out, and they couldn't fucking figure out how to do it. And then she said something like, "So many doctors have been working for years trying to figure out." But what they did was like release the protein to this community of gamers, and they figured it out in like 12 hours.
Damn.
Like that's some crazy shit, right? Like I
Let's
mean,
see. No, I'm with bootleg. The dialogue that fast in the game.
Yeah, yeah. He knew,
Like, I mean, you had to have that shit memorized.
yeah. He
dude,
knew he didn't have to talk to. He knew he
Mm.
was like, so it was crazy, man. It's
Yeah.
worth 12 minutes of your life. Like if you played the game,
I'm
Yeah,
playing.
yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been Back Road. That's true.
Mhm.
You started playing it too?
Yeah, remember like when I was telling you about that Xbox Live for PC?
Oh yeah, you got it's like was it like 5.99 or
It's
15.99?
$5 a month. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, you guys don't know, $5 a month, and you get access to all these different games. And the Outer Worlds was one of them.
oh yeah,
And
you were
to me,
telling me
like
about like
that's
Paths of Eternity or Path of Eternity as well. You get
Pillars of Eternity.
Pillars of Eternity.
Those are, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that one mixed up with like Paths of Exile. I guess for me it would have to be Total War. Um,
you fucking love
dude, I
it.
love Total War. I love Total War, dude.
Loves it.
I play the shit out of Total War. But
Okay, Total War crackhead. You guys want to fight some battles?
Yes. Want to go play some
dude,
Total War, guys?
I'll,
Huh?
I'll be inside the city. You guys besiege me. Just besiege me one time. I'll be all skirmishers, bro. All skirmishers. But I like Total War. I really like Divinity. Like not so
Yep.
much the first chapter, like getting off of Fort Joy, but after that, like once we got to the island shit, like playing it together, that was a lot of fucking fun. I really
Yeah.
That was
love
also fun.
the way like all the environments interacted and shit.
Yeah, it was a complex system.
It was. I feel like you could get endless enjoyment out of a game like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you could have somebody just build boards and encounters. You know what I mean? And just have weird
Yeah.
fights and get endless enjoyment out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And probably I'm gonna have to go with The Witcher as well. Wild Hunt.
Yep. See, I'm just gonna have to fucking play it now.
It like I've only been playing it for the last 2 days and it is fucking good, dude. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's it's like a weird combination between Assassin's Creed and Skyrim because it's open world. You know what I mean? But all the controls and the way you interact with the world and everything is just so much smoother. It's like it's more intuitive. I feel like than it is in Skyrim.
Nice.
I could be wrong though. I don't know. It's just
Let's see.
my opinion.
Feel good. Talked about Stellaris.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't played that.
Is badass. I've been playing Stellaris for like a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's like
what are-
civilization in space. Like
Okay.
it's pretty fucking, and it's graphically it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Huh.
but yeah, I think it was one of those programs they had back when Steam had the green light program.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It was one of those games on there. I think that's when I found it.
Mhm.
But I love that game. That's like what's that new game plus?
That's it.
Dude, sometimes I like to just go on and look at the free
Pick it
games and
out.
the indie games
Yeah.
and shit, you know? Fucking. But
Oh, talking about Witcher. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty good. I've been enjoying playing the. Was it Hammer Watch?
Hammer
Yeah.
Watch, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that is fun.
That's been cool.
That is ridiculously fun.
It's
Yeah.
nice, little mindless fun.
I've definitely found that I'm liking the sorcerer a lot better than playing. What was it doing, Paladin last time?
Yeah, Paladin sucks. Paladin
Yeah.
sucks
Oh
balls.
my god, I was getting my ass kicked.
Yeah, we're talking about Heroes of Hammer Watch. It's like this little indie, like a
Yeah. It's like a 16-bit.
yeah, it's just a simple like dungeon crawl.
Mm.
Top down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
I tell you though, it is a whole lot of me like casting spells and shit, and then running like a, and then waiting for that mana to come
Yeah.
back up, run back down.
That's why I like the sorcerer because you hit one and it chains to another every time.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. So
Hmm.
like I can like run away and like
Yeah.
I got
But I like him too because like his
yeah,
like it's not too
exactly.
shabby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too
Yeah.
shabby.
Hmm.
not too shabby.
Yeah.
I'm playing a warlock, which is pretty cool. It has some of those where like I've got one where the storm cloud like follows me around and I can just walk around and it hits everything around me,
That's
which is
cool.
pretty cool. I don't think it like I don't know what the build's gonna be like when it gets like to the top level. Like that one dude who was like a he was a sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
And he was just killing everything and every board, dude. We were just like trying to stay behind him. Fucking
Speaking of warlocks, you guys remember that movie with the fuking dude?
Yes.
yes,
Oh, I love that movie.
right? Dude,
I think the first two loved it. Yep.
let, let me ask you this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Do you remember walking down to the video store and getting those witchcraft movies and renting those witchcraft movies on VHS? Do you remember that?
Oh,
It was just softcore porn. There were like 15 of those movies. Witchcraft 15, dude. And we were how old were you think when we were like going out to get these movies? Maybe like 12. You
yeah.
know, we were young, dude. We were going down there getting those movies, and you know, like that the movie dude knew what those movies were, dude. You know, I'd
Dude,
say
do
it
you
were.
remember like here's something that's gonna blow your right?
Mm.
Maybe.
A
Uh,
little bit.
do you remember having time to walk all the way to the movie store and get movies and
Hmm.
then go back?
Yeah,
I feel like I can't even
Isn't it
like imagine
crazy?
having that much time now. You know what I mean? In a day. Like to have
Mhm.
that much just straight up leisure time.
It's been a long time.
that is something weird to think about, man. Like,
Yeah.
makes me think about how much I'm working or like doing something to further my work. You know,
Oh yeah.
or doing
I'm
dad
just,
stuff. Like that's my life, work and dad stuff. You know.
yep. It's wild because man, the older I get, the more it's like, when did I have time to do all the stuff I used
Yeah. All that you were telling me about all your basically your lesson plans. This shit was stressing me out. Like
to?
just even
Yeah.
imagining having to come up with that like really fucking stresses me out.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Dude,
But ain't bad.
I'm just like
And then,
I'm a procrastinator like big time.
oh yeah.
Like no way I could do that. Like I told
Yep.
like I literally started studying for that cert at 10 p.m. before.
Hmm. I mean,
You
that's the
know?
way I was in
And
college.
here's the real problem is it hasn't fucking bitten me in the ass yet, so I haven't learned the lesson.
That's right.
oh, dude,
It's been no punishment, so
I struggle with the
let's keep
same
doing it.
thing. But my thing is like with a book. You know what I mean? Like you can only write a book so fucking fast.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And so like early on, you know, like when you just start one, you're like, oh shit, I got like 3 months to finish this. You know, I'm gonna take Friday off today, and I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna rearrange my fucking, my house. I'm gonna do some spring cleaning. You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm gonna redo my autoresponder, dude. I've been redoing emails like all week this week at night, like
Mm.
writing during the day, and then at night I write emails. But yeah, dude, like it's weird to think about how much time we used to spend just like lying around on the couch figuring
Mm.
out something stupid to go do. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
like let's go up to Corpse Wood.
Yeah.
Corpse Wood,
In a town where there was like nothing to do.
dude. Like, yeah. So like Corpse Wood is this fucking place in Georgia where these two guys in the '70s moved into the hills. Like you remember that manor that we went to up in the mountains, Devil Whisper Mountain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah,
I
dude.
remember he's like even like the local like the story, like the news stories about.
Yeah, yeah. So they were basically they were gay, really, and and they moved out there and built this manor by hand, and like we're building
It
a
was all
pond
like
by
stone.
hand. Yeah, dude, it was all like hand built with bricks and everything. And they had like a 3-story chicken house, and on the
Oh.
top level of the chicken house, it was just like a sex room. Like they used to go in there. It was, dude. It was.
Chicken sex room.
Dude, you can look this up. Look this shit up on the internet. Just Google Corpsewood Manor, and you'll read all about this shit. They used to have people up to the 3rd level of the chicken house, and I think they called it the red room or the pink room, one or the other. And they'd huff this weird concoction they had back in the 70s, where it was like gas and something else in a bag, and you huffed it. And it, it was basically kind of like doing whippets, I imagine. They do whippets up there and just have orgies and shit.
It was probably just some guy farting in a bag.
Probably was back then.
Dutch oven.
They just rolled up like playing Leonard Skinner, fucking farting in bags, getting out carrying that stuff in the door. They're like, hey, I got one. I gotta get one.
Sounds like the devil to me. Damn,
Yeah,
the devil
man,
for me.
I'm like, somebody
Yeah, I
needs
remember
Jesus.
going up there. There was just a little bit of the house left, and like a staircase that went to nowhere.
Yeah, because like everybody in town thought that these guys had gold buried out there in the woods, and so these
Yeah,
two guys.
because of course they would.
Yeah, of course they would. They'd have to.
Because weren't they both like doctors, or like one was a doctor and
One was a doctor and the other guy was his patient, basically.
oh, that's right.
They were professors.
What was a
Both of
professor?
them.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it was like one was a professor and the other was one of his patients. Like
You mean student?
maybe student, but no, I think he was his caretaker. I think the doctor was taking care of him. Like I had to go back and read it again, but I remember thinking that was what it was. I just remember thinking there was something sort of inappropriate about their relationship, professionally speaking.
Because they were gay.
They were gay, but that's not the thing that was inappropriate. Like I remember reading that, like one of them was, like a psychologist. He was like a doctor, right? And the other one, he said, like he took care of the what were their names? Fucking Scudder and Odom, I think. Right? Scudder and Odom.
What?
Yeah, those are their last names. Those are their last
You
names.
just pulled that out of your ass.
Dude,
Scudder.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Scudder?
That sounds like a fucking Disney movie.
Those are last names.
With-
Last name.
Where a dog and a cat
Yeah.
and another pet have to make their way home.
There. Here we go, young
That
Jamie.
was
Let's see.
along the way.
Let's see. Blah blah blah. Discover Corpsewood Manor. Crumbling ruins mark the site of a couple's grisly murder in the woods. Blah 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 blah. Hand built by Dr. Charles L. Scudder, a retired professor at Loyola University of Chicago, and his partner Joseph Joey Odom. Scudder and Odom.
Holy shit.
Damn. Look at that.
Holy shit.
Dude.
I can't believe you're right.
Yeah.
No. I want to hear you say that my ass is right. That's where I'm going from, dude. My butthole is right.
We never thought this day would happen now.
Butthole was so right.
So right. But yeah, like, so yeah, you were right. It was doctor and student. So I remember just there was something weird about the relationship there. But then they were killed because these guys thought they had a bunch of money buried, and turns out they get their money in the bank like everybody else.
Surprise.
Yeah. Too bad, but they did have some weird shit out there. Like if you look at pictures of the crime scene, they had gargoyles and like they looked like those like goth kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like the goth kids' dream house to live in. You know?
Yeah, it's like a fucking their interior decorator was hot tub.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit.
Dude, Spencer's once and you put on a fat suit and like slid on your belly or something like in the store?
I don't remember.
I remember
That
something
sounds
like that.
exactly like something that I would do.
I remember something like that. I mean, it was like I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to pull that one out of the mists if I can.
Dude, I will never forget being in line, man. And like he would like randomly poke strangers. Like we'd be standing in line and like there'd be people like, and they like turn around, look, and he just like deadpan, like nothing was going on. They turn around, he poke him again. And I'm sitting here like trying not to look fucking suspicious and trying not to laugh at the same time.
What was that? What was that noise? That it was either you or Joe that used to make like this loud ass noise to bother people in public.
Joe, what you would do is like scream like the most high pitched like he's in trouble type of scream. Loud and good. Just driving down the driving down the road. Oh man, dude, that was so funny. Just driving, he would like roll down the window and just like scream. I think, oh man, I think about like if like tomorrow I'm outside.
I can't stop laughing about this shit.
If I was just standing there and like some fucking car, I would die.
It sound like some weird like like
Freaking Doppler scream, yo.
yeah. But I used to do this shit to people in the army. Like whenever we'd go to the DFAC, and you know people would go to like the drink cooler and be kind of standing there like trying to decide whether they wanted Pepsi or fucking Diet Pepsi this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go up there and like stand close to people and just kind of like I would make this noise. It was kind of like. And like kind of why they would kind of look at me funny and you know kind of edge away from me and like all my friends would be watching. You know what I mean? I would stay there like pat my gut. Like, it was the same. It was the same shit that you and Matt used to do to people. Just make them feel so uncomfortable that they had to walk away. You know?
Yep.
Yep, sounds about right. So yeah, The Witcher.
Yeah, The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about next season. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Have you guys read what is it, The Little Hatred?
Yes.
I haven't read that.
I'm like, I haven't finished it yet. I'm probably like 75% of the way through.
I've only just started.
Oh, it's good.
It's a new book by Joe Abercrombie.
Oh yeah.
Have you read the was it? What's that series?
The First Law.
The First Law.
First Law. I'm trying to remember.
It starts with the blade itself. And
That sounds really
with the Bloody Nine.
The Bloody Nine. Yeah.
I think I have. I think I read at least the first book.
Say one thing about Logan Nine Fingers. But
Man, I love that series. I love it.
I love all his books. You know. It was The Blade itself, and then Before They Are Hanged, and The Last Argument of Kings. Dude, I love those book titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially The Last Argument of Kings, right? That's
That's such a cool quote anyway. You know? But I mean that was one of the, every now and then you'll read a book that just kinda changes your fucking life. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like changes the direction of everything you've read up to that point. Like there are a few that hit me that way. I think the very first one when I was a kid was the Belgariad. You know, that was like the first real fantasy that I read. And then it was Wheel of Time.
Oh yeah.
And then it was Game of Thrones. And then it was The First Law. You know?
Mm.
I
I'm
still
still
haven't
waiting for the
finished Wheel of Time.
damn last book in the King Killer Chronicles coming.
Oh, I forgot King Killer. Yeah, King Killer was good too.
Yeah.
I didn't like the second book so much. Or as much, I should say.
Yeah.
I don't want to say so much because.
Mm-hmm.
I almost
That's the way I was. I love the first book. Second book, it wasn't bad. Just wasn't quite as good as the first book was.
There were some weird things about it, like and Tim would like just fucking shit on everybody about us even saying this shit about King Killer.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. The weird aside with the sex fairy.
Yeah.
It felt like it just came out of nowhere.
Just a lot of padding going on.
Yeah. It's just like it seemed. I thought he was like fighting or something. Like he was fighting these bandits in the woods, and then he sees a fairy, and he's like, you know what, guys? Give me about 10 years.
Yeah.
And he fucking trots off. You know what I mean? To get some fairy booty.
That's right.
And I think one of my biggest like problems when I read is like romance threads. I'm ultra critical of romance threads for some reason. Like they can irritate me so much easier than other threads in a story.
Mm-hmm.
I just like
it's like how they're dying.
Yeah, like if like I have so many things about a romance thread that will make me dislike it that I could with other threads that I could tolerate probably a lot more tomfoolery, so to speak. But like if two characters fall in love too fast, I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? And then like if one character cheats on another, I fucking hate it. You know what I mean? If there's like there are so many things about a romance thread that will bother me. You know what I mean?
Does the artwork on the cover bother you?
Sometimes. Are you eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch right now?
Yeah, man.
With almond milk. There you go.
Nice.
That's like a little late night bowl of cereal.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm gonna have diabetes.
That's the plan.
I was about to say nothing goes better with beer like sugary cereal.
That's right.
Milk.
Yep.
Dude, I could just like you're just gonna be like a fire hose later. Letting her rip.
Dude, my poop was like odd, like light shade of green today. So strange.
Did you eat like a shit ton of like asparagus or broccoli or something?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
You haven't been eating like super kale or fucking.
It's a superfood.
Yeah, kale brick of soy. Fucking something.
And some Lucky Charms.
Ah, there you go. That would do it.
Would it? Just like
Yeah.
turn your poop green?
All the different dyes in
Irish, you know.
Irish.
Yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like an experiment somebody needs to perform. Just spend like 3 days
Just
eating
eat
nothing
shit and
but
poop.
Lucky Charms, you know what I mean? And see what color their poop turns. Or if they poop at all. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Somebody's thinking that right now. What do you guys think about the old coronavirus? Are you stocking up for the zombie
No,
apocalypse?
man. We went through this stuff when they had and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I would have heard
It
what
gets
you
a lot
said,
of media
but the
attention.
Chinese government silenced you just now.
That's right.
Did you see those videos coming out of all the hospitals and shit, or the hospitals?
Mm-mm. No, I hadn't seen that yet.
They had like some videos leak of the quarantine zones where they're quarantining people.
Hmm.
Somebody had a video
Wow.
where they were walking around like there were three of them, three like some sort of law officers, obviously walking around in like plastic suits with fucking like submachine guns.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing that fucking, you know, I'm confused about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fucking doctor, right?
Right.
Uh,
Let's start with
you
that.
know, I mean, do I think it's that hard? Yeah. Um, so I'm told that it's only a threat, right? If you're like, young, old, feeble, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Well, then why the fuck are you in that suit? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like what? That's
Mm-hmm.
like Ebola virus type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what gets me is like the dude who tried to warn people about it. The Chinese government like fucking silenced him. Like he just recently died. I saw that come across fucking Reddit that he just recently died.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Yeah.
watching
I remember saying that.
I've been watching Mr. Medicare, and I don't know if you guys know who he is. Like this weird like
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy kind of streamer dude. But he's been doing streams about it every day, talking about like all the shit coming out of Wuhan.
Yeah.
And
Nah, man,
he's
I'm
like an
telling you.
internet super troll. He's like a super
Mm-hmm.
troll of the internet.
Yeah.
But he was showing all the videos like people were taking. Apparently, like they're keeping the people there with like no bathrooms. They have no bathrooms. Like they're taking people who are definitely infected and people who may have been exposed, and they're putting them all into these giant like you know what it's like in the base when you're coming in and out of Kuwait. You know what I mean? Going back and forth. They have them in conditions like that where they're just like head to asshole. You know what I mean? Like stacked up in one room all the way across in bunks. You know. And if there's one thing that's just gonna make everybody fucking sick, it's that. You know.
Yeah. No shit.
No partitions, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking no clean water, no bathroom facilities. Like, can you think of one way to, you know what I mean, to automatically make things worse than to have like piss bottles laying everywhere, everybody living cheek to jowl, and no bathroom facilities? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You know,
Not exactly a sterile environment.
right?
First person that shits on my foot is getting.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I
don't
mean,
do it. Don't do it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it seems like every time some like new strain of something comes out, uproar and chaos about it, and everyone's like going all full prepper, and it's like nothing ever happened.
You know,
Because I mean, like, now it's like it's not.
well, I mean, my thing is that I've been reading a lot of shit that talks about like the coming antibiotic collapse
Mm-hmm.
and how
Yeah.
a lot of there are a lot of these super bugs that are resistant to all forms of antibiotics that we have. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And that
Yep. Oh yeah.
bacteria has such a short evolutionary cycle that they can adapt faster than we can build. You know what I mean? Or
Oh,
find or
absolutely.
discover medications to treat them. Like that's some scary shit when you think about it. Like you know, it makes you wonder, man, if like something ain't coming. Like you know what I mean?
I'm sure eventually. Yeah.
That's what dystopian novels are all about, bro. You know,
That's right.
the zombie apocalypse is coming.
Those pandemics.
I hope you guys have hatchets, like you know, because we should all have hatchets when it comes. We need to decide like a rally point, and everybody shows up with a hatchet, bro.
Grab your
Everybody,
ratchet.
yeah. I mean, the first weapon you want in the zombie apocalypse, go.
Mm. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say um, probably like a fire axe.
Like a fire axe, yeah.
Yeah, something I can get into doors and stuff with. I can still chop some zombies up with.
Yeah, that's a good choice. You can
Mm.
use the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good choice, yeah.
I like how like much like I'm evaluating this decision.
Right, right.
Put some thought.
I'm thinking pretty hard too. As soon as you said that, I was like, well, now I can't say axe. And then I'm like, can I say like ancient weapons, or do we need to stick to modern day weapons? you know?
Whatever.
I like axe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Here's what I don't like
Mm.
is the speed of the axe, right?
Yeah.
You commit to a chop, that leaves you
Mm.
for a solid period of time.
Sure,
I would
sure.
think a tool with a little less utility but a lot more machete.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Machete.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the good ones with a saw on the back.
There you go. Multi-purpose.
I would go with a spear,
Mm.
like one of those modern cold steel collapsible spears. Fucking, they got some
Modern.
yeah, they got some nice ones. Like some fucking, they really still make that shit. Yeah, they really still make that shit. They do. But yeah, dude, a spear. Like,
There was
could
one company, I can't remember the name, but this guy was making all these fucking like zombie apocalypse like weapons. And it was
yeah.
Oh, I
all
remember that. Yeah.
and shit.
You could have ordered one. They were all like hand forged.
Oh yeah, they're fucking badass, and I want some of that.
Yeah. There was one company that was like selling like zombie go bags, and they came with like a tomahawk and some fucking like a camelback and some other shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there was a guy in one of my units, one of the pilots, who was like like Group 6. But he was one of those dudes who was just a little corny about it, and he carried a tomahawk and used to talk about like how the tomahawk was the best weapon ever invented. And dude, he would know shit like whenever we'd go to the field, he'd find a tree, you know what I mean, and like practice throwing his tomahawk.
You tomahawk the shit out of that tree.
Yeah, yeah. He'd be like, dude, if you're ever in a fight with the guy from Last of the Mohicans,
That's right.
you got it, bro. Like, I'm glad you trained for that.
Hey, John Redcorn, calm it down.
Yeah. Do you remember? You remember the way we used to talk to what was it, Brian? What was his name? On the soccer team, fucking. What was his fucking name? But we used to say, "Come on, Brian. Can't you do better? You're frozen, dude. You're frozen."
Uh-oh. Did we lose out?
I think we might have lost
we
him.
did. Uh-oh.
He might be coming back. There he is.
There he
There he
is.
is.
Welcome back, sir.
There he is.
All right, I made it.
Did
You just jumped forward in time.
dude, remember that dude? What was his
I
name?
thought it was you guys.
You remember Brian that on the soccer team? Like, what was his fucking name? We used to talk shit to him all the time. We'd be like, come on, Brian.
I know what you're talking about.
Let's try to get a little bit better today, Brian. Fucking,
Yeah.
God, what was his fucking name? I guess it doesn't matter, but I remember remember when in Game of Thrones when fucking what's his face Bran and their little crew make it to the tree, and fucking they're running inside the tree and Jojen gets stabbed by those zombies. I remember, dude, I talked to Jojen just like we used to talk about. It's like, come on, Jojen. Like, you're gonna get outrun by the dead guy, Jojen. Like, he wasn't even on his feet. He just crawled up and stabbed you. That was the worst way to die ever. Jojen just laid there and was like, dude, if a crawling skeleton ever kills me, I deserve to die. Like, dude, I would football punt that dude's just his head, just. What's holding it there? Tell me that. What's holding it on? You gonna let yourself get stabbed in the belly like 20 times by that guy? That's like a level 1 monster in any video game, bro. Like,
That's a kobold.
That's right.
Yeah. Terrible performance, Jojen. in the books, it's like a lot of people think that Bran eats Jojen in the book, that he eats like
Yeah.
Jojen paste.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old man feeds him Jojen's
That's like
remains.
a
It's
little
like blood
cannibalism.
magic. Yeah, yeah. Like
It's a Soylent.
That's right. Soylent Green.
it's made out of people. I'll be right back, fellas.
Alrighty.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Yeah. uh, dude, have you played Pathfinder Kingmaker?
Oh no, I haven't played that yet.
That one's cool. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like um, it was made by this one company. Is it Owlcat Games or just Owl something games?
I'm not familiar.
But they did a Kickstarter,
Mm.
and they were gonna, make a game set the Pathfinder rule set or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It got funded, and it's pretty cool. Like you play it like, you know, your standard like, Dungeons and Dragons type of role playing game. You've got your character, and then there's like, NPC. Um, but then there's also this point where you become a ruler, and
Uh,
so you're also taking care of political leaders, and you have to go. Oh, this fucking ogres have been attacking you know caravans here, and you got to go take care of that. Like,
mm,
pretty good.
not bad.
They've got another game that they just started. They just put a Kickstarter out on, and it's just going to be like a straight up role playing game.
Sweet.
Another Pathfinder.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna use Pathfinder rule.
Yep.
That's cool.
Oh man.
No, I had a chance to play anything like.
I rarely ever like switch in. That's why I like that Hammer one,
Yeah.
because it's like you can like literally like you know
Mm-hmm. Yep.
or you can play it for like a couple hours. Like it's fine. You don't have to
Absolutely.
like, make sure you get to a certain point or
Mm-hmm. As long as you send that gold down the list.
Yep.
Yep.
That
That's
fucking
the thing
need
that
that
sucks,
core.
man. If
Yeah.
you die and you had like a bunch of fucking gold, dude, it's almost
Mm-hmm.
just a pain to lose it. Or if you get
Except
charged
for
an
like
exorbitant amount for some reason, like
mm,
for some reason, if you're
that's
always
right. It was
charged like
just you.
30% tax, like
Oh yeah. Well, yours like 50%.
dude, I don't know what it is. They hate me.
Dude.
They always hate me.
Now I finally went through and beat like the first of that whatever golem thing. Finally got past it, and like into where you're like moving upwards with all the skeletons, and
First
I haven't
boss.
got past that. Yeah.
I haven't even played that much into it. I've only played with you guys, like whenever we've all played together.
Mm. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty addictive.
It is. It's a good game. I like
Mhm.
it.
That's been messing with like all the upgrades for the different builds, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next.
Upgrades.
What's
What's
that?
that?
Everybody likes upgrades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh man.
I think the next.
You know, kind of on the same, somewhat vein. Bright. It was on Netflix.
What'd you think about it?
Like I thought it was interesting, but I went into it thinking it's a series, and so I'm sitting there watching this. It's like, oh, okay, like, keeps going and going. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, how long are these damn episodes? And then by the end, I was like, holy shit! I just watched a feature length damn movie. But I like liked the concept, but it was a little cheesy. And of course, going in thinking, hell, there's going to be more. I don't know what the hell was going on at that point.
What got me about it was like, well, a lot of things. Like,
Yep.
if I had to put it in like a thumbs up or a thumbs down for me, I'd probably have to give it a thumbs down. Like,
Mm.
just
What
because
was
like,
the biggest thing you did about it?
well, because it's supposed to be like this urban fantasy,
Mm.
but like epic fantasy done in an urban setting, like more than like the genre. But the thing is I've read some urban fantasy and I've read so much better urban fantasy. You know what I mean? Than that.
Yeah.
And so what I'm comparing it to is like, like I just didn't understand the thing about the Dark Lord and now everybody hates the orcs and we're gonna make them,
Oh yeah.
we're gonna make them look like black people, which I thought was a little weird. You know what I mean? And then like the elves were like rich white people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you didn't
Yeah.
see shit of them except when they came down. You know what I mean? But then, like, I like the concept of everybody being after the one. Like, I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's killing each other over it. But then at the end, fucking Will Smith uses the damn thing,
Mhm.
right? And then
Yep.
the magic police are there, and nobody says a fucking word about him being able to use magic. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody's just like, you're not going to tell anybody about this, right? And he's like, right. But
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Well,
I'd be
I mean,
like,
it was
no. I'd be like, you know what I'm about to do, bitch? I'm about to take that wand, right? I'm about to make myself rich. Something. Like,
Mhm.
nobody said anything about it. Like, they weren't like,
Well,
you're going to have to come with us and be trained to use magic or anything like that. It was just,
no, no, it's pretty much and that was kind of like he understood that he couldn't mention this situation at all. Like he had to totally forget about it, otherwise, he up someone for the rest of his life.
but I mean,
So
the way they
it
were
was
talking
kind of
about
like,
it was
oh
like,
no, I know. You go ahead.
well, I mean, the way they were talking about it, I thought that it would like change his life forever for the better. Like he'd have whatever he
Oh
wanted.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and the cliff hangs pretty hard there too. So it makes me wonder if they weren't going ahead and planning for another. And then it's like, they didn't do so hot, so we're just gonna kind of end it.
And like the thing with the orc dude, what was his
Mm-hmm.
name? Fucking being the chosen orc.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that was just like a.
yeah.
It
Because
just
they say
happened.
something
And
about a
then,
prophecy,
right.
but like they don't ever expand on that at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is according to the prophecy of something.
So was it? I mean, there's one of two ways for me to interpret that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That either it was supposed to have been something more meaningful, and in whatever process, like post writing or editing or whatever they're doing, it just got cut or forgotten about or something,
Mm-hmm.
or it was set up in a way to be like, this is a way to trick the stupid orcs, right? Like, because if you think about it, like he was prophesied to return from the dead or something like that, and it was the elf girl who brought him back. So it would have
Yeah.
been in like a thing of circumstance, you know what I mean, or something
Mm-hmm.
that was not like super awesome. The elf girl brought him back. You're like, okay, so I see her doing magic already. Big whoop, right?
Yeah.
And it
Because
was
I mean, you're
just
talking about like these magical races.
yeah, it was just designed to trick the orcs. But then the orcs don't
Oh.
do shit. They're like, you're the chosen one, bro. You're good to go. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But you got to pay your own bus fare, man. Like.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, you've risen from the dead. We're not gonna, but you did it.
Yeah, they're like, we ain't about to help you, bro. Like you got
That's
to
right.
get out of here.
Because you still had to like do the whole same, what was it, blooded or whatever it was, to be kind of like accepted within orc society.
Like the whole thing, it just felt like too much of a mishmash to me. Like it was a whole
It
bunch
was a
of
lot
shit
going
tossed
on.
together, right? And like, and then in the middle of it was Will Smith.
Yeah. Now I did like the interaction between the orc cop and Will Smith. Like I kind of like the dynamic they had going together.
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, my thing was like, it wasn't that they cast Will Smith. It was that they cast Will Smith, and he was playing Robin Williams' character.
Yeah.
It's, like kind of play a more Will Smith character. It would have been great.
Yeah. I mean, if you're, I I think
That's
you
what
should.
I'm
You ought to.
curious
You ought to
about
just.
too.
You ought to just leave the
With
G
you
alone.
laughing.
You know. I'm losing both of you guys.
You losing it?
Yeah. Well, you're coming back.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
coming back.
No, I'm back. Am I coherent again? As coherent as I can be drinking.
Yep.
Ah,
Raise them up.
fantastic.
Here's a coin for you, fucking Witcher. All right. I'm excited
Noise.
for next season.
Mm.
Right. I wonder if they're gonna have weird little scenes with Geralt and Ciri and Yennefer trying to be all family Robinson. You know. Like,
I don't know.
so, do you guys know who Andrew Clavin is?
Andrew Clavin.
He's
Why
a
would I know that name?
he's a political like podcast host, right? And
I probably don't.
yeah, he's on Ben Shapiro's channel, but he's not like he's not Ben Shapiro. You know, he's one of the dudes on Ben Shapiro's channel who's not Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
But he's got this weird thing that he's got this weird thing that he does on his show where he has like this fantasy book, right? But really, what it is like an allegory for Hillary Clinton and Dens, and you know,
What?
yeah, it's called Another Kingdom, and it's like this. You know, what I mean, it's supposed to be, as I understand anyway, it's like a fantasized version of. It's a way for him to inject his politics. You know what I mean? Into some sort of media, but I don't think anybody actually, listens to it except for his like fans, his listeners, right?
Okay.
Well, the reason I'm talking about this guy, I saw a video of him like going on this tirade about The Witcher, and like he was talking about Calante's character, and like how much he hated her because she was like playing she was kind of masculine. You know what I mean? Like her character was really kind of brash and fucking. And he went on like this tirade screaming about how there's no way she could have fought with a sword. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
That is weird, man.
But it made me think of that. Like, what did you guys think about Calante's character?
I mean, if you're being honest, that full suit of armor she had, then like, oof, I mean, if you fall down with that,
Mm.
Yeah.
it's not you're not supposed to be dismounted.
No. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you really think about it, she's the one who caused all the shit, right? Like, I mean, she's not really supposed to be portrayed as like a sympathetic character. You know?
No, I don't think so.
She's super great. I mean, I haven't read the book, so I'm talking out of my ass just about what I saw on the show, But if you think about it, like, she's the one who, she tries to kill what's his face, the porcupine dude.
Oh yeah.
Like tries to stab him.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, everything's cool.
Yeah. It's like execute him, and then like there's this weird shit going on. Then she's still gonna try to stab.
Right.
Shit.
Like she goes for like a level 5 backstab. Like
She does. Yeah.
dude, she's obviously not a rogue. Like she can't pull that shit off. I don't know if she she ain't got enough levels in that shit.
She's multi-class and rogue.
Yeah, it ain't working for her, But I mean, so she does that, right? And then she's like, okay. And then she tries to like keep Geralt away from what's her face, right?
Yeah, Siri.
Right, like she's the whole reason that like if you're going by like my understanding was that if you try to get in the way of destiny in the story, that it fucks you in the ass, basically.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Like you can blame Calante, dude. #blame Calante.
Yeah. What? And it was weird to me, like after she finally said anything when it comes to her daughter in the Hedgehog Knight. Um, but then like she completely backpedals when it comes to Siri. And it's like, no, I wanted to find this. It's like, dude, did you not learn from this experience?
Yeah, like didn't you almost get like your head blown off or something, or like
Yeah.
the fucking roof blown off your castle like last time, like something?
Yep.
But no,
No.
But then like on the other hand, like I don't know what it's like in the books. Is it supposed to be like everybody is like? Would she have been like the normal type of person to regard that as superstition, or would the opposite type of person in the story be the normal type? Right, is she supposed to be rational or irrational in the story? That's what I'm getting at.
I was gonna have to answer that one. I haven't read the books.
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't read the books. I've I have like the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and like I started listening to it, and like it's it's like all exp bit. And I like this. Like I just haven't gone back.
Hmm.
Instead of like actually like talking about actually telling the story of how he got the nickname the Butcher of Blaviken. They do some weird like taverns. The peasants are saying like, no, that's not what happened. This is what happened. Blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
It's like we just like hush your mouth. We just talking about shaft kind of moment. Oh, okay. See, I just imagine like 70s, like a playing in the background. Oh, Kara killed a bunch of people in Blaviken.
He's one bad.
Mother, shh, shut your mouth. We just
Just
talking
talking
about
about
the
the
witch.
Witcher.
But that sword fight though in Blaviken, that was some cool ass shit.
Yep, that was nice.
But I feel like The Witcher grew on me slowly.
Yeah.
Like it kept me interested the entire time. I never felt like bored with it at all.
Mm.
But by the
Well,
end
I
of the
really
series, I was really into it.
Yeah.
Like it kind of pulled
I
me
enjoy
in
his
just slowly.
character.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, cause he's kind of like, I describe it, very gray area in the way he reacts to different events. So you almost kind of don't know whatever scenario he's in each episode. So it's kind of fun to see like what direction he takes.
yeah, yeah. He's an interesting you know he's not like the traditional fantasy sort of dude where he just embodies all the good traits of whatever we think is good at the time.
Yeah. I do like the because they never really actually come out and describe it, but the different potions that he takes that gives him different things
Yeah, I saw him
or
put that
different
in the
abilities.
show. Like every now and then he'll pop one and fucking drink it,
Yeah,
but it doesn't explain what they are.
yeah,
But I bet everybody who's playing the game was like, ah,
yeah. Because I remember watching it and thinking your color anyways, but then also and like first watching, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I start making the connection, drank something, and so,
right.
so like I'm like I said, they never describe it. I'm assuming it's where he can like see in like low light or like
Yeah.
And you know what? That comes back to what you were saying. Is that they probably should have showed more about him preparing like different potions and stuff. Getting ready for whatever fight that he was facing. But let me get another burr.
burr.
You guys remember that fucking commercial? Here, dog, come on, dog, here, dog. Won't you go to Main Street, Carsville? Right
Yeah,
now.
that sounds like a local TV guy.
And even worse, it was local radio. Get a good deal.
Catch it, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Still
was
remember it
dope.
to this day, don't you?
Still fucking singing it like, 30 years.
Dude, I'm gonna put that shit on my gravestone. Like 1,000 years from now, somebody's gonna uncover that and be
We're
like,
not paying to bury you.
"No, you don't understand. I'm gonna have a statue erected of myself. You see, with a poem on it. I'm gonna have it put up at Thermopylae, like being honest, like
Cool as
yeah.
fucking.
I feel like I feel like if a statue of me is going to be made, that's where it should be. A level of achievement. It's like I'm in there somewhere. I'm like in that zone. But I'm gonna put that inscription on it. Here, dog. Come on, dog. Here, dog. I want you to go to mainstream Cartersville. Let's just think of fucking future scholars trying to figure out where the fuck Cartersville was.
Yeah, it sounds like beautiful prose.
Yep. That is a fun middle image right there.
If you ever get the chance, you should Google what's the ancient Greek poetry top. I can't dactylic hexameter. You should look up an actual Greek. Greek
that's
epic poem,
exactly right.
Performed like the way it was then. It'll change your whole perspective on that shit. Like it's like a song almost. It's like performed. It's like a weird.
Yeah. Well, I remember seeing one time it was a professor and he was trying to recreate. It was very much kind of like I believe Mandarin, but like the different way that you move, like the voice up and down depends on the meaning. So it was all sing-songy style language.
Well, fucking learned Korean in the army.
He did.
Yep.
Thank you, Al. That was beautiful.
Yeah. Isn't that supposed to be like one of the most complicated languages to learn?
Kamsahamnida.
There you go. There it is. Leaving us hanging there for a while.
I got you.
His whole dream is to start a K-pop band.
That's what it is.
What would you name your K-pop band?
What is he doing?
He's writing in Korean.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually called Korean or something. What's it called?
This would be Hangul.
I don't know if you cut out or you're prompting me there.
I know,
I know where you're going though.
Suck it.
Suck it.
Nice. Oh.
Wow. I was committing that to memory as if I'm gonna go scrolling on some on a wall somewhere. Yeah.
That's all right.
Here, yeah. Take that,
tattooed on the back of his
library.
neck.
Yeah. Take that. Fucking physics section.
Oh, dude. Man, I gotta show you guys.
Oh.
It's a huge dildo, I bet.
Yeah.
Take bets on what you
It's
think
gonna be
it
like
is
a
right
14-incher.
now. It's gotta be. It's one of those the
Yeah.
three-sided ones.
Yeah.
It's like a dildo bush.
It's like the trident and the dildo.
As if you could fit that many people on one at the same time.
What is he?
It's just almond milk, boys.
Oh, he's breaking it.
No.
Tell me, boy, how do you milk?
How do you milk an almond?
I may have fucked around and bought 4 pop-up books.
Did you say
For yourself?
Yeah. I got a Ferrari on, but she doesn't care about him.
Oh, yeah, sure.
No, but this fucking thing is so. Check out this one.
Oh
The human
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
body,
human
cool.
body.
dude.
Yikes.
Nice, nice. Look at that mouth opening up.
You like lift up and it like tells you all the shit, all these fucking like facts and stuff. You're like, oh, I'm gonna take off his frontal bone. Oh, there's the
Yeah,
brain.
Dude, if you ever want to like dismember a body, you'll be ready to go, bro.
that's right.
I better not catch any fucking orphans.
Yeah.
People that won't be missed.
That shit like you got a snare out in the woods right now.
There's a bear trap out in front of his house.
Once I get me one.
Little box with a stick, cookie underneath it. Okay, so we got the human body. What's his?
This one is gonna like it.
That one's got a giant dick that pops up.
Smacks you right in the face.
This one is dinosaurs.
Ooh,
Troy
let's see what you got. Come on, big reveal, the centerfold.
Oh,
Look at
dude,
that.
Troy would love that. That is pretty
Ooh.
cool. That is pretty cool.
Nice.
That's just fucking. I mean, that's just one fucking page, man.
It's just one goddamn done. Nice.
Like it's crazy, dude.
Dude,
And
I
like,
knew they
it's,
still made those. Like,
it's not just the pop-ups, right? There's so much like information.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They're informative as well as entertaining.
they're informative as well as entertaining. Dude, I'm fucking drunk.
Ready for that?
What you got?
Oh,
I'm ready.
shit. Sharks?
Oh, let's
For
do it.
real?
Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta admit, that is pretty
Nice.
fucking cool.
That is
fucking
pretty
cool.
sweet.
Yeah, I don't understand how people fucking made this shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep.
This is the coolest fucking thing ever. Fucking look at this thing.
That is cool. That is cool.
Like if you didn't know this was a pop-up, you think it'd be held some fucking thing on top of the book.
Dude, I don't think that
But I nope.
Absolutely.
looks like a fucking face hugger.
It's an alien universe pop up.
Yeah. Oh, and I got bugs.
Bugs. Oh, yeah.
Dude, remember that book of spiders we used to have growing up?
Spiders.
Dude, it was
Look.
like a.
Here we go. Nice. Look at that.
The fucking Tyrant.
Dude, that is crazy. That is crazy.
What was that? Oh yeah. Oh, Scorpion. Cool.
Oh, I'll froze it for me. Oh, it's bad. Froze there for a second.
Couldn't hear you,
At least
bro.
on my end.
Oh, he said it was cutting out.
Yeah.
Dude, Discord does this shit sometimes. It's like Discord cycles, fucking.
Mm.
You know, never had this problem on Hangouts. Fucking seems like we did. Anyway, but I don't know.
Fucking call that guy Boodle G.
Brutal G Mitch.
Jesus Christ.
The thing is, he's gonna start saying his own name like that. And now
He's
he'll.
not-
Wait, what are you talking about that? He said he gets.
He said he gets Boodle a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up the fucking.
So you're not the first.
G Mitch.
I was like, Boodle.
Dude, that sounds like a dude who writes like gay cowboy romance.
It sounds like one of the devil worshippers.
Dude,
Fucking Scudder, Odom, and Boodle.
Scudder and Odom. Dude. If you really
Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
That's
Crosby.
right.
Do you ever listen to any Crosby, Stills, and Nash?
Literally never.
To this
Yes,
day, I
it's
can't
been a
even
while.
picture it in my head. Like I don't even know who it is, and I'm happy with that state of being. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember we went to that Doobie Brothers concert?
Yeah.
Mm. The Doobie Brothers.
Jesus is just alright with me. It's like I'm gonna have to look up this story of the Doobie Brothers to find out if they like went in Christian or they went Christian after they got in. You know what I mean? If it was like, did they jump like too far into the hooker and dance pool and they had to like jump back out, or did they go in like
It went too deep.
immune from it from the get go? Like, we're gonna skim over it like those
Good
characters
question.
in Brandon Sanderson's novel, in Shades of Mar, sailing on the Sea of Pearls or whatever they were doing. Have you read Oathbringer?
I have not read the.
The whole thing? Me either.
Yeah.
I got into Shades of Mar and I couldn't finish it. I had to stop at Shades of Mar. I was getting a little worn out by it. Did you finish it, Jason?
No, I did not.
It didn't have the same like it didn't. The first one fucking hooked me, and the second one, hooked me, and then this one was like, It
Yeah.
was, a Robert Jordan novel. What are we doing?
See, I like Jordan, but I will admit that Jordan like drags in a lot of places. Like
Yeah, and like I didn't like with Wheel of Time. Like I didn't mind like the first like 9 books. Eh.
Listen, if he took out every time he put some silly shit like what's her face fucking pulling on her braid and
Mm-hmm.
someone else fucking like the same fucking they do it every fucking
Yeah.
time. Every
right.
fucking time. There'll only be seven
Yeah.
if you removed all that text.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. For me, it was like there was some parts I definitely didn't like. Like all the shit at Saladar, like the second tower when the tower broke and it's like all the stuff that's going on in the village. Like that seemed to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
why do I care about what order that a queen washes the feet of the sitters and all this other shit?
Yeah.
And like it feels like it builds up over 3 books. I know this is just probably me being like a little exaggerated, you know, in hindsight, but dude, I feel like you cut that whole sequence down to like a few chapters here and there,
Yeah.
throughout the series. And like in the last book, dude, the one that Sanderson finished, or one of the ones that Sanderson finished, like so much happens in the last book that it's like it's almost painful to think about how much happens in the last book, you know.
Mm.
And
I said I never made it that far.
for me, like The Eye of the World was like one of those few books that just fucking caught me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was cool.
And then
Like for me, like the first 3 or 4, really
Yeah.
enjoyed them.
yeah, I'm excited for the show, dude. I'm
That'll
hoping
be
the show is
interesting.
good, dude. I'm hoping like
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's good. Like, because for me, like Wheel of Time is one of those, it's like it's one of the big fantasy stories. You know what I mean? It's like one of the things
Mhm.
that you best not fuck it up. Like
Yep. Absolutely.
Game of Thrones was amazing up to like season 7.
Yeah.
You know, I even liked season 6. I know a lot of people don't like 6. I liked 6.
Yeah.
7 was like 8.
Mm.
Aren't they doing a Willow sequel?
Yeah. I remember seeing that
I
on
thought they
Hangouts.
were remaking the original movie.
It was a remake.
I hope not.
I thought it was supposed to have like Warwick Davis again.
I mean, how can you replace Matt Barnigan? Like,
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
you can't.
Better
Yeah,
not.
you can't.
Again.
Barnigan. Willow. Was that? I am a young, beautiful woman.
It turns her into a fucking possum. No.
But dude, I remember going to the library in Savannah and I found like one of the books that was a sequel to Willow.
Ooh, yeah.
It was Chris Claremont.
Mm.
But and ever since then, I've been wanting to go back and read that, like, just to see if it was good, you know.
Hell yeah.
But I loved the movie. That was one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
growing up, dude. Like,
You remember the fucking trolls?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he threw the fucking magic acorns. Yeah.
Does it, like,
It's like,
two-headed dragon? Like, it, like, rips its own skin off like that.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
He, like, kicks it into the moat.
I almost don't want to go back and watch it because, like, I feel like it won't hold up and it'll just dash my memories to pieces, you know?
Some of the effects, yeah, they didn't hold up. Like, it's still fun to watch.
Yeah, but dude,
Especially
like,
when you got that nostalgia going on.
yeah. Dude, you remember the scene where he kisses the redhead or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sorsha.
Sorsha, yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, and the general, he was always yelling, fucking
General, Kale?
Kale. Yeah,
Was that it? Had the skull mask?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good ass movie, dude.
Hell yeah, it was.
They don't make them like they used to. What would you say your number one movie, like fantasy movie, growing up was?
Fantasy. Ooh. I'll think about that.
And it doesn't have to be like the best movie. It can just be the one you like the most for whatever fucking reason. It could be the worst movie, but you like it the most, you know?
Like, we're talking like growing up as a kid.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
from like
Mm.
from then till now.
Okay. Man. Dude, that's a tough question.
Right? Right?
Because
Because
Willow was big. The Labyrinth. We're watching the shit out of that as a kid.
the labyrinth, dude.
Yeah.
What's the name of the Ambrosius? It was the fucking
The dog.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The, was it the bog
The
of
bog of eternal stench.
stench? That's what.
Yeah. Damn. Like, we include sci-fi in this, or just sword and sorcery fantasy?
You know what? Since it's so hard to pick one out,
Yeah.
let's include sci-fi as well. Well, I think there's been a lot better sci-fi movies than fantasy movies. You know,
What was that now?
Timeline.
Timeline.
Timeline
Okay.
was good. You know,
Yeah.
I loved the book Timeline.
The book was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
I fucking
I
crushed.
didn't know there was a book to it.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
dude.
good.
It's Michael Crichton. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
It's really fucking good, dude. That's like a fucking.
Mhm.
That's like a week read, you know. But knock
Yep.
it out. Fucking eat it alive.
Yeah, but it's so fast paced though. It's so good. Like
Nice.
fucking what was the Eaters of the Dead? It was really good too. I loved Eaters of the Dead. This is the one that was the 13th Warrior. You know.
Mm. Oh, okay. Gotcha. No. I mean, you're talking about fantasy or sci-fi. Yeah, Starship Troopers was good. Fucking Matrix, the first one.
Yeah, the first Matrix was like,
Like
game,
that was
game
that was one of those I saw. Yeah, I think I saw it like in the movie.
dude. Like that was like what?
Three Musketeers. Love that.
Orlando Bloom.
Did it have Orlando Bloom?
Was it? Well, no. It was
It was some. Oh no.
the one that played D'Artagnan.
Wait, are you talking about the one that had like the 80s music, the like with Bryan Adams doing the
Yeah,
song?
yeah. It was like a #1 hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who was that played it?
And love for love. That's what
I gotta look at that.
Secrets of Dawn, isn't
I think you're
I
right.
think you're right. Yeah, I think
I
Chris
think you're
O'Donnell
right.
was in
I'm
it.
checking
Yeah.
it now.
Dude, what about the old Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, dude? Prince of Thieves.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
Prince of Thieves,
Prince of
dude.
Thieves.
Dude,
Yeah.
where Morgan Freeman comes in with a scimitar and like fucking boom, boom, fucking sticks that dude in the chest. Like that was one of the coolest scenes ever. Like that movie made me obsessed with Robin Hood. You know,
Yep.
and I remember when the what's his
Cut
face?
his heart out with a
Who's the dude that was
spade.
in Gladiator? Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Robin Hood came out with Russell Crowe. I was like, oh, this is gonna be. A
Oh
good Robin Hood.
yeah.
And it was like,
That was an interesting take on that. Like it wasn't a great movie, but at least
I don't remember enough about it.
basically it was the he was just an archer in the army, and he comes back and he's actually impersonating the Robin of Locksley character. So he's just really pretending to be him. It wasn't like the actual Robin's father blind, so he didn't know that it was him, and so he's kind of keeping up the charade for a while.
Yeah.
Have you seen the latest?
Yeah, it was Chris O'Donnell in Prince of Thieves,
Have you seen the
or
latest one
Three Musketeers.
with Jamie Foxx and fucking the kid from Kingsman?
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen that.
It looks a little too ridiculous for me.
It's terrible. Yeah, I was like, I'm okay with like something being fantastical. Like I can watch Sucker Punch. Like I loved Sucker Punch. You know, it's like the story didn't make any fucking sense, but just visually it was fucking amazing. You know what I mean? And like I'm okay with like some tweaking of the knobs or whatever you could say, but like dude, that one was just too much. And it was
It's like those fucking Sherlock Holmes movies with fucking what's his face?
Who was that? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Who's the director of those?
I don't know,
I don't know.
but I know the ones you're talking about though. They're just so over the top. Like
Yeah, yeah. It's like oh fucking, Sherlock Holmes knows fucking all this crap and shit.
yeah.
Guy Ritchie.
Yes, Guy Ritchie.
See, I like Guy Ritchie, dude. Like, dude, I love Layer Cake.
Layer Cake's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like Guy Ritchie is like, yeah, he's one of my favorite filmmakers. I think like he's one of the few filmmakers that I remember his name. You know, like, but I'm with you on fucking Sherlock Holmes. It's like to me they just weren't very memorable. Like there were like for a while there were some movies that came out like that and they felt like very like what was it like the early 2000s where everything was like ultra produced and like sort of like CGI was first like becoming really commonplace and so all the monsters look bouncy and weird and
Yeah.
and it's like dude that was like before that was I think like the era of some of the greatest movies. It was like The Ghost in the Darkness and like there were a bunch of movies that came out when we were like maybe preteen and like moving into high school, dude, that were just really outstanding movies. And like I'm sure there are a lot of good movies out today and I just don't know how to find them. You know what I mean? But,
That's just when you start getting old, man.
well, I mean, dude,
Listen to the same.
I don't think it's that, dude, because dude, like we grew up on technology. We're all hooked in. Pretty
Nah, I'm
fucking
just screwing
deep.
with it.
Yeah, but like if you think about it, I mean, like I feel like there are a lot of good movies out there, but like all the ones that are pushed are fucking pretty shit. It's either the next big Marvel movie, which is just like a cookie cutter version of the last movie. Every now and then you'll get something like Thor Ragnarok. But mostly you get like an endless stream of like, an endless remake of Iron Man.
Yeah. You know what? You were talking about fantasy and sci-fi movies growing up. One that I always like watching is Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
As
it.
cheesy as it is.
I got you right here.
Uh,
Krull.
oh, yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Nice. Yep.
With the fucking
That
crazy-
castle that will like disappear.
Yeah, and the weird ninja star.
Oh. How about this, guys? Never ending story.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Never Ending Story was the
Like,
shit.
I let my kids watch that, and like I was a little nervous about the swamp of sadness and like how they were gonna handle that because that's just pretty rough for a kid.
That was pretty rough. But you know what,
Yeah.
dude? I don't know. I like the Never Ending Story, but
Oh yeah.
what about like Conan the Barbarian?
Oh man, that was good stuff. Beastmaster.
Beastmaster,
Yes.
dude.
Had the ferrets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kodo and
Yeah.
Podo.
Yeah.
What a-
Go to what Oh man, that was good.
Beastmaster, dude.
Remember
That's
what
on
was it? It was a
TV all the time. Or it was
Dragon
TBS.
Slayer. Was that
Dragon
it?
Slayer. Yeah, I
You
remember
remember
that one.
that?
I remember that one where at the end, when they slay the dragon, the Lord comes out and like drops his
Hmm.
sword in there and puts his foot up on the dragon.
Yeah.
I remember that
Yep.
scene, dude. Like, but yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Hmm.
That was earlier. I think that was like early '80s.
Oh
Dragon
yeah.
Slayer.
Yep. That was a good one.
I
Let's
like
see.
that E-Man movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna
yes, with
they
the
had
like
the
the
weird key where it
the
looked like a
guitar
weird-ass
that they had
accordion.
to play.
Oh, yeah.
Those motherfuckers came back looking like a Kiss cover band. Fucking-
Oh shit! That's
Dude,
funny.
remember? Wait. Remember Ring Raiders? Does anybody remember Ring Raiders?
Ring Raiders.
This is becoming the nostalgia episode. Remember, it was like they had rings and they turned into jets. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ring Raiders, reach for the sky. Like I remember that shit, dude.
Yeah, the theme song. Yeah,
Dude, I remember it. Ring Raiders, learn how to fly. I remember it.
yeah.
I'm telling you, it's in there.
I don't think I saw that one.
There was one. Then there was another set of toys that we liked. That was like dudes riding dinosaurs.
Yeah, Dino Riders.
Dino Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Tyrannosaurus Rexes with laser.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Best shit ever, man.
Yep.
It was back when dinosaurs didn't have feathers. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Dude, I remember one of my kids had
Back when dinosaurs
something.
didn't look like they were selling fucking pictures on the strip for $20.
Back when Rod was a rock. It was Van Halen, not Van Hagar, and dinosaurs had lasers on their heads.
That's right. Freaking laser beam.
But that shit was cool. I remember we used to go get the toys at the mall and shit. And the mall was like a magical trip, dude.
Oh
Go to the
yeah.
mall and like they had these like dinosaurs with these big like seats on them with turrets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was cool. And
Fucking
dude,
wicked.
there was a series of cards. Like we used to stop at the gas station every time that like dad would like take us back to mom's house. We always used to go stop at this gas station. You know, they used to get these like grab bags of candy for $1 or $2.
Mm.
He'd always get us one of those. And there was these cards called Dinosaurs Attack, right? And they were just like these series of collector's cards, and all it was like super gory scenes of dinosaurs like coming through a time portal in modern
Oh
day.
shit! I
and
remember
ripping
that.
people apart, right? Like
Yeah.
they were super gory, dude, and they were in like those $1 like candy packs for kids, like, and it was like
Like-
dinosaurs eating guts out of people.
Yeah, like you'd see like the stretching like the red tissue, like from where the mouth was to the body. I remember that shit.
There would
Yeah.
be like intestines coming out and stuff, and like
Mhm.
people. It would, and all it was just gore, dude. It was just like
Yep.
such and such stomped into the dirt by a fucking Brachiosaurus. Like,
Yep. I remember
T-Rex
that.
eats a school bus full of children. It was shit like that. But yeah,
Yep.
dude, like you won't find that shit now. Seriously.
Oh hell no.
You know.
I remember thinking about the garbage pail kid, and like, man, you could never sell something like that. Shit was offensive. Like it was all kinds of like racial stereotypes. Oh, it's horrible.
Have you even gone back and tried to watch like some like Joss Whedon shows, like go back and try to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No.
Dude, Tim and Presley are always trying to get me to watch some Tim and Presley. If you ever watch this, I'm talking shit about you right now. They're always trying to get me to watch like back episodes of Buffy. Like when I go over there sometimes, because they're. I mean, I'm a Whedon fan too, man. I love Firefly. Firefly might be my all-time favorite show ever made.
Mm.
ever made. But like, back episodes of Buffy, that just ain't my jam, man. Like, it ain't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always trying
No.
to get me to watch
Yeah,
back episodes of Buffy.
I like Sarah Michelle Gellar just as much as that. But
Dude,
Yeah.
remember The
That's,
Grudge? Speaking of
mm-hmm.
Sarah Michelle, I can't even say her fucking name. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Giller.
Gellar.
Yep. I remember that.
SMG.
Yeah. I actually went back not too long ago and watched the first Scream movie. That was wild.
Strain movie?
Scream.
Scream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
I thought you said The Strain.
Not quite.
They did that show. There was a book I read, got the audio for, and it was, I think it was like written by Guillermo del Toro,
Mm-hmm.
and it was read by Ron Perlman. And
Oh, wow.
it's fucking, it's good, and it's like
Oh,
vampires are, but like vampirism is like this weird sort of like
Like,
disease or virus or something.
oh.
mm-hmm.
Speaking of
But
which, have you seen V Wars on Netflix?
I've seen the, I mean, I've seen the thing, but I haven't watched it.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch it.
I
That one,
figured
yeah.
it would.
And October Faction, if you see that, stay away from it as well. Like,
Mm.
both terrible.
Yep.
I actually watched October Faction all the way through because I have this weird thing. Like, even if I don't like a story, if I get 3 or 4 episodes into it, I gotta finish it. Like,
Mm.
it's like a compulsion, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, both terrible.
Mm.
V Wars is like, dude, it might be worse than Another Life, which Another Life was that spaceship show that had the girl from Battlestar Galactica recently, the one who played
Oh,
Starbuck.
yeah. The remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but have you seen Night Flyers?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's a sci-fi. I think it's like a limited sci-fi series by George R. R. Martin, or he's involved with the writing somehow. And I've watched like the first 2 episodes. It's really good. It's like it's a horror. It's a horror
Is
flick.
it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
What's it called?
Night Flyers.
Night Flyer. Huh?
It's either Night Flyers or Night Flyer, but yeah,
Mm.
it's about a spaceship, like
That flies in the night.
flies. You guys watch The Expanse, right? Like,
I've seen the first 2 seasons, but I haven't seen the third. Or I think they got a 4th out now.
Yeah, that's where I am too.
Yeah.
you gotta hit up that last season, bruh.
Yeah. It was getting really interesting though. I really, but you know,
I
I
like the.
don't have was it Amazon Prime or whatever. So.
Dude, Amazon has some good ass shows. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of It seems like Netflix's approach is to just like the shotgun approach.
Yeah.
Fucking buy up everything and hopefully something sticks to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But Amazon, I've seen shows on Amazon that that I like enough to keep watching, but not enough to recommend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, I haven't seen a bad show on Amazon yet.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I haven't
Not
delved
bad.
too deep, but I've watched I watched Britannica and it was okay. 10-star and it was pretty good. Okay,
Yeah.
With Billy Bob Thornton.
No, 10-star is the one with
Oh, what's the
Tim
one?
Roth.
With the,
Oh, that is I can't remember the name, but I know the one you're talking about, where he plays a lawyer.
yeah, that's really fucking good show.
Is it? It's been on my list forever, and I haven't watched it yet. I've watched
Really?
the one.
Is it Goliath?
No,
I think
that's
so.
the one with the. Yeah, it is Goliath. There's another one with the guy who plays the Irishman in Sons of Anarchy, who plays a cop.
Mm.
It's pretty good too. It's kind of episodic, but it's pretty good. I can't remember what it's called now. what is what's the one with John Krasinski? Fucking
Fucking
John. It's John Clancy. Fucking
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that is really good.
The first season was really, really. The second season, I watched like an episode. I don't know. I haven't gone back to it yet.
I watched it all. I think I watched it all. I loved it. Like I love shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I like that chick that's in the second season.
What's her name? Like, see, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it now because I don't remember enough about it to picture her. I've seen that. There's one called Electric Dreams. It's a kind of like a Black Mirror esque show, like a little bit like Twilight Zone. It's pretty good. I haven't seen anything on Amazon yet where I just didn't like. Homecoming was really good. I've watched a few documentaries on there, like the one they had about Lorena Bobbitt was fucking amazing. Yeah, dude, you should watch it.
You say it's like, a cut above the rest.
It's
Z.
dude, you would not believe. Like, I watched that shit 12 episodes straight. Like, it was that good. Oh, have you ever seen Evil Genius on Netflix?
I haven't seen that.
Watch that shit. That's a true story. Watch it. Evil Genius. Like, I love true crime, dude. I'm a true crime freak, man. I'll be all over true crime. Yeah, I'll be freaking all over it. Like, oh.
Like what?
You're gonna be thinking about that later.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
All right.
Fun stuff. I'm probably gonna have to jump off here.
Yeah.
It's getting to the wee hours of the morning. Yeah.
But The Witcher was fucking outstanding.
It was good. It was good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's right. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see everyone later on.
That's right. Thank you, Bootleg Me,
See ya.
for your comment.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
Poodle G.
Thanks,
Mitch.
Boo G Mitch. Thank you.